they got after it, boy. They were looking good. 5 home runs, 13 hits. Kyle Stowers, couple of bombs yesterday, 4 hits and 5 RBI. Kyle, where have you been, brother? We thought we lost you since that All-Star break in first half of the season last year. Kyle Stowers was so good, so good. Then he got injured, and then slow coming back this year after pulling his hamstring. But boy, he looked good yesterday. 2 home runs, 4 hits, and 5 RBI game for him. And the Marlins are 11-4, even after getting beat up in 2 out of 3 of those games by the Phillies. End up 11-4 so far in the month of June. We got the Giants in town tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. For those of you, and I know there's a lot of people down here in South Florida love the San Francisco Giants. I'm joking right now. They've been struggling. The Rangers Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We've got a lot of stuff. Congratulations, because we have a large population of Colombians. They get a 3-1 win. And tomorrow we got the big party here. And if you're looking for a place to go and watch with a lot of entertainment, the United States play Australia, 3 o'clock start. Love to see you down here with the big party. Woody's going to be promoting it all morning. And does such a nice job with that. So anyway, we'll have that stuff. The U.S. Open he was just talking about is going to be a tough one. And, you know, Scotty Scheffler Scotty's had kind of a weird year. Number 1 player in the world. He's only won 1 tournament. And we're used to him winning a lot of tournaments. But he's only won 1 time this year. But he's got a whole bunch of really, he seems like he's always in the top 10. There for a while, he got, what did he get, 2 or 3 second-place finishes in a row. Made a ton of money. And he stays, you know, when you finish every week, you know, even when he's not playing his best and you finish in the top 10, he's still the number 1 player in the world, but he's only won 1 time. And you got Rory McIlroy, who seems to really play well in the bigger tournaments, and Cam Young and Matt Fitzpatrick and Tommy Fleetwood and Bryson DeChambeau and Johnny Rahm and all the rest of them, man. So anyway, we got all that. And I just want to get in this thing because everybody's going to be still talking about Giannis. And I was with Irie yesterday playing a little tennis, lunchtime tennis yesterday. Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he feels good about it. He goes, nah, I still feel good about it. So there's a couple other names out there. Trae Young, I saw he opted out of his contract, right? So I like Trae Young as a shooter. He's had some big years in Atlanta. Last year, he only played 15 games between Atlanta and Washington. He didn't play. And he's only 27. I just wouldn't pay him a lot of money, man. I just and he is averaged in this league. He had a year, I think he averaged 29 points a game. Another year, he might average 28 points a game earlier in his career. But if you can get, and I'm guessing Trae Young's not going to go on the cheap, I'm going to pass on him if it's a lot of money. Just me personally. And some of you may be going, hey, no, man. That's a guy we got to go get and give us a guy that can shoot it from the outside. I don't know, man. I'm just not a huge Trae Young fan at this point in his career. But anyway, that's, everybody's a little bit different on that. We got mini camps wrapping up, and just about everybody's done and now off for till late July when the camps open back up in the National Football League. And I wanted to bring up 3 things. And I always like to get updates on how everybody's doing. And Mike McDaniel's he's offensive coordinator for the Chargers, and how he likes his offense and all the things he can do. I just wanted to best practice he's had and throwing touchdowns in the Falcons practice, what you can do in mini camp, and being on target. And Jalen Waddle, they're just crazy about Jalen Waddle, running by everybody, can't cover him, really having a nice camp up there, nice off season. And I get it for those guys, right? You're going into a new place, you want to get off to a good start. It's a little different than sitting back in your own place where they know, and you know what your position is. Those guys feel like they got to show everybody. And again, Tua's trying to win a job, which I think he will, considering Penix is hurt and hopefully going to be back for the start of camp. gives Tua a big leg up there to have it. And I was just wondering, like, Woody, Mike McDaniel in the AFC West, not easy with the Broncos and whatever you think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be, but Mahomes is at quarterback. And Tua goes from Tua to Justin Herbert at quarterback. And then you got Tua's situation with the Falcons. If you think he'll start all year and how he'll play, and then Jalen Waddle. Who do you think overall, as an offensive coordinator, basically the numbers are going to put up and wins? Who will have a better year? Our former head coach, our former quarterback, or our former wide receiver, first-round wide receiver?
Well, there's one that I certainly don't believe in that group, and that's quarterback in Atlanta. I think Waddle's got a chance to have a pretty good year, right, on a good team.
Yeah,
but I think Mike probably has a chance to do something pretty good over there. Like, I'm guessing Justin Herbert will be in the MVP conversation this year, right? I gotta think, Joe, with what he did with this guy here, like if he can do half of that with Justin Herbert, right? I mean, the numbers are probably going to be there.
I am curious to see. They were really banged up. We saw them here last year.
Yeah.
They had their whole offense. You know the story, and they won the game anyway. And Herbert's throw at the end of the game and broken tackle, run down the sideline and loses when we should have had that game after scoring on a kickoff. But and setting them up on a good field and Herbert, remember who was it? Bounced off him. One of our pass rushers bounced off him and stepped
Jalen
up.
Phillips.
Oh, that's right. Phillips is still here. Bounced off him, and he just throws it out wide and breaks a tackle. And yeah, that was it. Yeah, so I was just wondering. I was just seeing, and I was, that guy's ours. Even Bradley Chubb. They go, we love Bradley Chubb as pass rusher in Buffalo, and I think he's going to be a big upgrade for the Buffalo Bills as a pass rusher. I think Bradley Chubb. Listen, clearly our best pass rusher last year. Could have had more sacks, and actually his pressures led to a couple of guys on the defensive line getting sacks. So he had a big impact, and I didn't even throw him in there. But I guess the point is we got a lot of our guys going to be playing a lot of different places this year, and just kind of curious what you're thinking. Who has a better year that everybody will be talking about? Mike McDaniel and his offense with the Chargers, and all the things with that. Running game, scoring points, wins, all that stuff. And then Tua as a Falcons quarterback, if you believe he's going to be the quarterback all year and stays healthy.
His Tua thing is still very mean-spirited with people on social media, because I guess some people wanted him to stay here. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
No, he's still got people that.
Like, I don't know, even his biggest fans, I think, would say that he was pretty bad last year.
Yeah, but I think they want to blame everybody else usually.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's
easy to blame other.
It's always blame other things here. Yeah, listen, we've been through this so much. Yeah, there's plenty of blame to go around.
You can't keep a guy like that around, though, if you're trying to rebuild everything. That's the other thing, too. Like,
hey, I just tell everybody this when they get going and who they want to blame. And I go, look, at the guy that benched him was his biggest fan in the world. That's all. Mike McDaniel. I've never seen a guy go so hard to get a guy a new contract as Mike McDaniel did for Tua. I don't want to get into all that stuff again this morning. So I'm tired of actually bringing this up. And when people try to say, well, he shouldn't have been benched, and I'm like, are you kidding? All right, well, what do you mean? What'd you see? Even during a 4-game winning streak, Tua was not very good. Tua was not very good in those 4 games. No. Anyway, we've got a lot of stuff to get to here this morning. So can anybody, yeah, man, I'm curious what everybody thinks. As those are stories. I literally was going through minicamp and, Mike McDaniel and what he's going to do for Herbert, and Tua looks great and throwing touchdowns. Threw a beautiful pass down the middle of the field to his running back, and Jalen Waddle. They can't cover him in Denver. And you've got his former roommate, Patrick Surtain Jr., they were roommates at Alabama, talking about speed, how good he's been, and Bradley Chubb, and Buffalo's pumped up about. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of curious to see, man. They're going to be a lot of those guys going to be on a mission, obviously, to show everybody how good they are. They're all getting paid a lot of money. We're paying Mike's, we're paying Tua's, we're paying 2 out of the 4. And then Waddle, first round pick, we gave up. And Bradley Chubb, another guy that, hey, listen, in a perfect world, you'd have some of those guys back. They wouldn't have been gone. In my book, I would have kept, if you weren't under financial stress, I'd probably keep Waddle and I'd probably keep Chubb. Why in the hell would I go around getting rid of my best if it wasn't about money? Why would I get rid of Bradley Chubb, who is clearly your best pass rusher a year ago? All right. Hey, listen, we've got a lot of stuff going on. Once again, the Stars were out yesterday in the World Cup as England also looked good. Oh, Harry Kane, man. Harry Kane's it seems like been around a while. Had a couple of goals yesterday. England looked really good. They looked like kind of like France did in the second half good. They like, all right. I see why England's one of those 4 or 5 teams everybody's talking about that's got a chance to win this tournament. And, of course, USA getting ready for their second game after a 4-1 win and against Australia tomorrow, 3 o'clock. We'll be telling you, and hopefully you'll be able to join us here at the big party that we're going to have at the Citadel right here in our beautiful building. You'll be able to see it all except here in our studios. You won't be able to see those. We got stuff going on. We don't want anybody up here in the studios. Hey, if you're looking for a truck that's built for Florida work or for Florida fun, head to your local South Florida Chevy dealers today, tomorrow, this weekend, and check out the incredible Chevy lineup. Hey, man, let's talk about trucks. Let's talk about South Florida Chevy trucks, like a Chevy Colorado. It's where capable meets comfortable, from the Colorado Custom to the ZR2. It's got the right tools to exceed your expectations, man. Or let's turn it up a notch or two and go Chevy Silverado. Yeah, from the Custom Trail Boss to the Silverado EV with 10 models and 4 powerful engine choices, Silverado delivers an impressive balance of strength, dependability, and efficiency. Not a bad way to go. Everybody's looking for a certain kind of truck, whether it's a full-time working truck, family truck, or the combo truck for everything, including a little enjoyment on the weekends with all your favorite toys. Hey, we got a Silverado perfect for you. We really do. Whether it's a Silverado HD, and it could be a Chevy Silverado HD High Country. So for the best of Florida lifestyle, Chevy's got a Florida truck perfect for you. Visit one of the 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. South Florida Chevy dealers would love to see you for a test drive and sit down and give you a great deal. Together, let's drive. If it's going down, you know.
Dude, here, Joe mentioned our big event coming up. You can celebrate the summer of soccer with WQAM tomorrow at our home at the Citadel in Miami, starting at noon. Every hour, one lucky fan gets a shot to win up to $10,000 in our Soccer Kick Challenge. Enjoy complimentary global food samples from Wild Fork, Cafecito from La Llave, rooftop vibes with Al Capone, and you can meet Heat legend Udonis Haslem aboard the Hard Rock Bet bus. Plus games, giveaways, prizes, and match day excitement. Come for the soccer. Stay for the vibes. The summer of soccer at the Citadel in Miami, Friday at noon. Sponsored by Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. By La Llave, smooth espresso. By your South Florida Chevy dealers. Al Capone, sweet hand-rolled cognac cigars. Wild Fork Neighborhood Meat and Seafood Market. Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. And by Verizon, an official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, Joe.
Man, we have loaded up for this party. We have loaded up, and if you're down this way, love to see you for that 3 o'clock start, or if come down earlier as United States tomorrow, 3 o'clock against Australia. And then, man, I tell you what, these games have been great. These games have been great. I couldn't turn the game off with England. I knew they're one of the favorites and wanted to see what they look like. And, just get a feel for everything. And it's been great. And the stars are out and playing well early on. Most of them are. That, of course, the great story so far has been Messi and what he's been able to do with Argentina, getting 3 goals in the first game. Anyway, they're bouncing around all over the place with these games, and congratulations to Colombia. 3-1 win for them as well, so they get off to a great start as well. We got the U.S. Open going on. So we have something else, man, the story that just got so many parts to it, and it just continues to grow. And now the NFL is going to deal with it, so you probably have a pretty good idea. Brendan Sorsby, quarterback at Texas Tech, for a cup of coffee. I don't even know if we should call him the quarterback at Texas Tech because he wasn't there very long. So now his agent comes out and said, well, Cincinnati knew for 2 years about this and didn't do anything about it. So they're throwing Cincinnati under the bus. Meanwhile, it's really, like, to me, it was a really stupid thing to do. Because now you're throwing Cincinnati under the bus, and all the NFL teams are going to Cincinnati to find out, hey, what can you tell us about? They're doing background checks because supplemental drafts coming up. They're trying to figure out, a lot of them, what kind of pick do you throw in there, how high a pick, because it's going to count in the draft the following year. If they grab your pick and you get them, you're going to have to give up that draft pick. So they're going to be going to Cincinnati, and I went, just like, that's an agent going stupid. That was like, so anyway, he throws Cincinnati, goes, oh, yeah, they knew about the problem. They didn't do anything about it because he was playing his ass off. They didn't want to say anything, so that got weird. But that wasn't the weirdest thing yesterday. So now all of a sudden, we're finding out Texas Tech told them, the NCAA lawsuit and stuff, you can't play here, man. You need to. Texas Tech, after all those videos and all that stuff, it was like they barked really loud, right? You put that dog out there in the front yard, and it's growling and screaming, stay the hell away from me and this family and my yard. And then all of a sudden, people come biting back, and they go through the gate, and they're not afraid of you. And they back down. They said no.
Yeah, I had a feeling the pressure was going to get a little bit too much at a certain
point. So I thought it was Brendan Sorsby. It wasn't them. Texas Tech said, you need to go, bro. They did a you need to go, bro.
I think the Cincinnati thing is stunning, but these places need to be punished, man. They need to find a way.
Well, first of all, they're saying, now, fairness to them, they're going, this is the most ridiculous thing we've ever heard. Mm-hmm. Our quarterback had a gambling problem, but he was really good, and we just let it go. So before you throw him under the bus, they're saying this is the most ridiculous thing, this agent who's now coming out with this stuff. Mm-hmm. And by the way, what the hell's the agent doing?
Yeah, I was just going to say to you, why do this interview?
Hey,
what did he gain from that?
And by the way, you've been his agent for a while because the marketing guys end up being the agents most of the time. So why didn't you do something about it?
I think the ego of these people, and they just want to be famous. Like, why, man?
So I don't know.
Why go on the
I'm not
radio
coming
and do
on
that?
this morning and say Cincinnati knew about it, because they're denying it. They're going, this is the most ridiculous thing. And we lost him in the name of money, and he wanted to go to a better and bigger program. We got it. But so this thing just getting ugly. And then Texas Tech, we find out after all that standing up and telling the world he's our guy, the judges ruled, leave it alone. He's our quarterback. And you got this billionaire acting like a complete ass clown. You got people coming out. We'll do this for our children. It's the right thing to do. Stand behind our kids. And you're like, now, what happened to all that? Hey, you need to go, bro. Take it. You're fine. You don't notice anything. We're good. We're going to stop paying you right now, but you need to hit the NFL draft and get a fresh start. Then the other part of this is, now Roger, they're going, hey, Roger, you got a new guy coming to the league. He's going to hit the supplemental draft. And it happens to be that one position that we just never have enough of good ones, and that's the quarterback position. So what's Roger going to do? What can he do? Everybody's trying to predict Roger Goodell, and we're going to have Mike Florio, because tomorrow's a holiday. Mike Florio is going to come on and join us today, and we'll talk to him about some of that stuff. Just crazy story.
He's had the best stuff on that story, by the way, Florio.
Well, he kind of figured it out.
Legal stuff,
yeah,
he's got a pretty good, grasp on.
He was the first one, and with his legal background, as soon as he saw the NCAA bark back started talking about federal government, and Big 12 all got together and said, hell no, I don't care what you're threatening us, it ain't flying. Then Texas Tech kind of looked like they Woody, is this a read? My read was they kind of backed down and went, oh, we don't need this.
Well, I think the lawsuits were going to become just too much, right? Because I think, Mike probably explained this a whole hell of a lot better than I can, but I'm guessing what eventually would have happened is the Big 12 would have maybe said you're not playing, or they would, sanction, whatever it was, right? And then the guy from Texas, the AG there is like, no, you can't do that. And then the guy from Oklahoma is like, yes, we can. And it just seems like it would have been a mess, right? Like the whole thing. I don't know if the guy would have even been legally allowed to play, Joe.
I just cracked up that Texas Tech went all in, and then all of a sudden call Brendan Sorsby and say, hey, you got to go to the NFL. This thing's done here. You're not going to play here.
But the agent should learn, like, you might be better off just like letting a story die a little bit, right? Like, why do this? Why become the top story again? Your guy, no one was talking about him for like the first time in weeks, right? Nobody was talking about this guy. And you got to go on there and start, true or untrue, whatever the hell. Why?
I don't know. I don't know what he's getting out of it. Like,
when they ask you to do that interview, that's when you say, I politely decline.
I'll tell you one thing. He put up big numbers at Cincinnati for 2 years with that terrible gambling problem. Whether he's going in and out of meetings or not, like, hey, I'll be right back. I'm going to be a little late. I got to go to the bathroom. You got to go to the bathroom again? Yeah, I'll be right back in. I just got to place a few more bets on this thing.
Just doesn't make any sense to me, man, why you'd want to go on there and stir crap up for your client.
Yeah,
really,
I don't get it
really
either.
Stupid.
Like, hey, okay, Texas Tech, let him go, so we're going to throw Cincinnati under the bus here. Anyway, they're denying it. I don't know how much is going to go. I think this thing's done. Now it's the next step is to try to figure out.
It was done, Joe, until this guy goes and speaks in front of another microphone. Right? I mean, the story was kind of fizzled out.
Well, now the bigger story is, what team is he going to end up on? Who ends up with the highest draft supplemental pick they turn in? And the second part is because the worst teams with the bad records get the best opportunity if they're high enough on the pick. And we're going to find out what everybody thinks about his gambling, and if they think they can control it and they think he's got a chance to be a franchise quarterback. That's why they're taking him. They're not going, well, we think he's got practice squad potential, or, man, we think he can be a really good backup. No, if they're taking him, if whatever team is taking a bet at some point, he's got a chance. Not every guy's got a chance, that he's got a chance to be a franchise quarterback. Big, strong, he can run. They still, everybody thought he needed another year in college, which he probably agreed. Going to Texas Tech, he thought was going to be the answer, except the little dirty secret is now officially out. And
don't you have to but if you're drafting him right now, if you're even considering this, don't you kind of take all that out of the equation?
take what out?
The gambling stuff. You got to feel like you could control it.
What do you don't? You
If
can't.
you're a team.
What are you talking
Joe, he's
about?
not going to bet on his own team anymore.
Woody, sometimes you say, Woody, you say things though, like all of a sudden addiction just goes away. You sound like you've never been around it.
I think that an NFL team would be able to help this guy out.
Well, they're going to have to. That's going to be that's just going to be a given.
I don't know that you think it's going to be an issue? You think it's going to come out a year later? This guy just can't stop.
I don't know. You want to ask Art Schleister? I'm just asking. Art Schleister.
No.
Yeah, Art Schleister.
You have an example.
Well,
I know.
4th overall pick in a draft. Could not stop and got another chance and another chance. He's in prison.
I would hope an NFL team can, help this guy out to where he's not doing this. But
everybody's going to have a positive take, like, yeah, and people around him are going to say, yeah, he can beat this and he's going to be fine. But addiction, man, is you fight addiction. These guys that have these addictions, these little guys I talk about on your shoulder, they don't go away. Now, can you control them? Yes, you can control them, but they don't go away. And what's he doing the first? Hey, we talk about other guys. What are they going to do now? They got some money in their pocket on their first free night where everybody's got the night off and you don't have to go to work the next day. What's he going to do? That's they say free time is bad time for people that have addiction. So anyway, boy, I'm coming up with some creative stuff right there. I don't know if I said that or somebody said that to me. It sounded good. Anyway, we got to go to break here. We've got a lot of other stuff to get to here as we continue on. It's going to be a busy time, man. U.S. Open, first round today. We got a lot of this tournament's been great. It's been fun. If you especially like the star power, we've seen a lot of the stars on the best teams really play well. So it's been fun. Been fun to have these games on starting in the afternoon and going through late in the night for people that love World Cup. And it looked like so far it's been mostly good. We haven't had to hear about prices and everything else. I just see a bunch of screaming crazy fans and getting emotional when they play their national anthems and everything else. Baptist El Sal, Florida. I want to talk about them for just a second this morning because we talk about all these sports. What we don't talk about is sooner or later what happens when you're real competitive. No matter how good athlete you are, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you play and you're competitive, you're going to get injured. It just happens. It's a fact. Nobody goes through life playing sports and goes, wow, I never had an injury. Well, that's why the good news is we got Baptist Health South Florida, one of the best sports medicine programs in the whole country. Yep. They put together, and people are, well, how do you know that? Well, they put together 30 or 40 of the top specialists together for the knee and the shoulder and foot and ankle specialists, hand specialists, back specialists, hip and knee replacement doctors. We got 3 or 4 of those do nothing but hip and knee replacement. This is what they do. Achilles doctors. A lot of people popping that Achilles these days. Everybody forgets to stretch the Achilles. Hey, I will tell you with that and the great locations that they have, Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium next to the training facility, and 595 in Pine Island in Plantation. Just visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One go every day for everybody. It's about getting you back out playing the sports you love the most.
During the show, we will continue our Father's Day giveaway. We'll have a 4-pack of Marlins tickets for you. Your hometown team is coming to town here, Joe. So
all right.
We'll have tickets for you at some point during the program today.
I want to
keep on listening.
Apologize, everybody. They're not very good, but
that's actually a good thing. We'll take wins however we can get them.
Hey, they've been good at home now. They've been good, and they after getting beat up by the Phillies in the first two, they a lot of frustration yesterday. They're able to get 13 hits. They hit 5 home runs. Kyle Stowers, finally, brother, 2 home runs, 4 hits, and 5 RBI in the game. So, man, nice stuff by him. 11-4 so far in June has got him right back to 37-38. Boy, good, strong homestand. Can you imagine me I'm just, I worry. They don't have a lot of depth in the pitching staff as far as starters, but hopefully going to get Yuri Perez back here soon. The other 2 guys have been really good, really, really good. So good shape there. And then we got to get some of the 200 hitters out in the outfield. Got to do more. I think Marcy had a home run yesterday. Jack won yesterday too.
Marcy homered, Casey homered, Stowers had
Casey
2.
got one. Both our 200 hitters in the outfield.
Yeah.
Center field
all
and
3
right
of them.
field. Oh,
Stowers too.
Stowers first baseman though. Come on, man.
Yeah, but I mean he's played some outfield too.
Yeah. What do you think of that move, by the way, the Stowers? I guess what is it, to rest him? He doesn't have to do as much. He can.
I mean, listen, it's worked so far. He had 2 home runs yesterday.
He jacked them.
They got to do
those were not cheap home runs, man.
Yeah.
Those were
right off that Toyota sign out in right field.
So I got Giants tomorrow. They're off today, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We got a lot of stuff going on, man. The big party here tomorrow as we get set for Friday of a lot of soccer, including United States and Australia at 3:00 after 4-1 win already. And then on top of all of that, we got the drafts coming up here right around the corner. I said drafts because they're outside of the NFL. They're all going to have their drafts here coming up here and find out. And, of course, the Heat are just waiting to see if the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade is going to happen. And if not, what's the backup plan? Now I hear people saying this Boston's all you guys making stuff up. There's nothing to it. We're keeping Jaylen Brown. What are we, stupid? We're not getting rid of him. So that's we'll just see. I don't believe anything anybody's saying. I just know Milwaukee's trying to get the best possible and the most for this guy before they lose him here sometime soon. They want to get as much as they can. Draft capital, young players, somebody to.
If he went to Boston, it would be disastrous.
It would be bad. I would agree.
Really, really bad.
I would agree.
Especially if they're able to keep Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they keep all 3, but if they.
There's a way, apparently. I don't know.
If Jaylen Brown ends up going somewhere else, though, and it's not here, you're right.
Yeah, you end up with Trae Young or something. Ugh.
No. Trae Young, you don't go, wow, we lost all those guys, but we got Trae Young.
That's one of those, consolation prizes we were talking about on Monday with Anthony. You can't. So you're going to have to wait another year.
I've seen the really good Trae Young. I don't know if you remember early in his career, and then the guy that.
Yeah, I know.
When he
was like Steph Curry light or whatever, right? He was shooting all over the place.
Yeah, but we should never mention Trae Young and Steph Curry in the same VIP room again. When they talk about we should leave that one alone.
Both were shooting from half court in college.
Yeah, right. Right, but that's about all they had in common was where they were shooting them from, not who was making them, and everything else.
You never know, man. Maybe he's got a second leg in him. Who knows?
All I know is Atlanta got rid of him. They traded him to Washington
sure
and
Washington is disaster.
I thought he was really big on that's where he wanted to go. Like he wanted to go to Washington. I guess he goes, well, I'm not going to play that much this year anyway. Let me just go to Washington. Got a good friend there to hang out with or something.
Remember, Steph got off to a slow start in his career too. Remember, he had the ankle issues.
He did. He was injured.
So maybe Trae Young comes here and he turns into the next Steph. Who knows? But I would stay away.
Speaking of consolation prizes, Kawhi doesn't do anything for you guys?
No.
He'd be great for about the 10 games he would play.
He played 65 games last year.
He will tease you now.
He averaged 28 points last year.
He has some big games. He does. He has some great games. But whatever's going on with those tender knees is not going away.
If he could stay healthy, he's one of the best players.
I know, but he doesn't.
Stay away, and you got to play another year with these guys. You play another year, so be it.
You want?
I think if they
Kawhi
can't
Leonard?
land Jaylen Brown or Giannis, I think Kawhi would be a nice consolation prize. I think it'd be fun.
Kawhi can hit in the playoffs. Would go for 36 and hit the jumper to win the game, and then can't play the next game because his knees are bad.
He played more games than Tyler Hero last year. He played more
you
games
can't
than
go by
Giannis.
that. No, both those guys. You're talking about two guys who are in the 30s. Leave that. That's a bad one to those two. Let's leave that alone. Yeah. Kawhi Leonard. I'll tell you what, Kawhi Leonard years ago now would have hey man, he was right up there. But I don't know. I'm gonna pass on Kawhi.
I think he's still got something in the tank.
Yeah. What do you think? Because he's playing with the Heat, he'll go, hey, don't worry about it. Does he play back-to-back? Is he on that back-to-back? We got a handful of guys on I can't play back-to-back games.
He played 65 games last year.
That's pretty good.
For the NBA today, that's pretty good.
You start talking about missing, 17 games? Is that math right on that? Yeah, that's not bad. All I know is guys got bad knees. They don't get healthy late in your career. And Kawhi's not exactly 25 years old anymore either. He's had a hell of a career, man. Don't get me wrong. He's had a hell of a career. But the Clippers, he hadn't been able to do anything with that Clippers team.
So you're saying you'd rather run it back with the same group than if you can't land Giannis and Brown, then try and get Kawhi?
No. I agree with kind of what you're saying. When he plays, he is your best offensive player, yes.
If the Heat were to get him tomorrow, he would be the best player on the team. You could argue Bam, but 1A, 1B.
And the other thing is how much you give. Like, this is a Trae Young thing, too. Like, all right, so I wouldn't mind Trae Young at the right price. How much are you going to pay Trae Young? You going to give him a long-term contract? You going to give him $40 million a year? $30 million? I'm not. And by the way, you throw 10 in their face, and it's like you're throwing out minimum wage. It's like, that's a shot. I'm not taking that.
I don't think he'd sign for anything less than like the max, though.
Trae Young?
Yeah.
Who's going to give him that? I know not too many years ago he averaged 27, 28, 29 points a game. He did.
I think Washington's going to pay him. He's going to stay there.
Maybe you're right.
I saw he opted out, but I saw like he's still the Washington Wizards are still the front runner.
Yeah, he wants to be there. He wants to make sure he gets all the shots because I don't know they're ever going to be good.
Well, if they still have Anthony Davis, that's
you think he wants to stay there? He goes, if I'm going to get injured, I'm getting injured on a better damn team than this one. Glass is not going to play there. He's going to try to get out of there, isn't he? Glass?
One would think, but if they
He's
don't,
not playing there.
If they still have Trae Young and Anthony Davis, that's a fun team in the Eastern Conference.
Well, listen, we've got that going on. Congratulations, the Colombians out there, man. We got a lot of Colombians. One of my partners I play tennis with is a proud Colombian, and so they get a 3-1 win. They look great. Another, I don't know. Nobody's got them winning this whole thing. Nobody's got them as one of those favorites. And by the way, England did look good yesterday. Harry Kane looked real good as still one of the best players in the world. We got a lot of stars, man. A lot of stars. Last couple of days have played well for their teams. Really, really well. We got a lot more to get to here. We got 7:00 hour coming up here. And we got the big party tomorrow. Again, if you're around this area and looking to come by and grab something to eat or grab a cold beer, man, we'd love to have you come on by and see everybody. Looks like everybody will be here from the station. UD will be here for a little while. How long we commit UD to? Get UD to?
You're asking me?
I'm
just
around.
throwing it out
there.
there.
Just throwing it out there. Anyway,
I love when you ask me these questions.
I know.
Like I know the answer.
No, it's not fair to you. It's truly not fair to you.
2 hours, Joe.
2 hours.
I don't know.
Hey, we want to get you ready though. Marlins off today, and then they got 3-game series coming up with San Francisco Giants, and followed by 3 with the Texas Rangers. We've got where obviously Juneteenth is coming up here tomorrow. Got a special South Florida Black Legacy celebration taking place at this ballpark. Don't miss Flanagan's Fest and Toy Story 5-Day featuring exclusive merchandise, epic giveaways, plus food and drink deals for the whole family. Doing a lot of family-friendly events at Marlins games right now. Get your tickets now, marlins.com/tickets. Check it out and see what's coming up over the next 6 games. They got a lot of great deals for you and your family to get out to a baseball game. Again, 3 with the Giants, followed by 3 with the Rangers coming up.
free.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. In Miami at a Domino's game, you'll always find your Abuelito, and whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia, starting with the Marlins, who avoided a sweep beating the Phillies 12-4. Miami will get a day off today before opening up a 3-game home series with the Giants beginning tomorrow. And in golf, the 126th U.S. Open has just gotten underway at Shinnecock Country Club in New York. Round 1 underway officially here. Joe just got about 30 minutes in. Time for weather.
You're such a
brought
child.
to you by
You're such a child.
Weather is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Storm season is coming. Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com. I have been told that there is a little bit of a fire situation still going on out there by one of our texters.
Really?
Oh. One said Chrome Avenue still closed from fires.
Oh, man. All right. I was hoping one of those
stay safe out
one
there.
hour,
Man.
1 hour range, when it really comes down, you get like 4 inches in it.
So it was yesterday was really weird. Like it looked all day like it was going to rain.
No, and it didn't.
But I don't think that was rain cloud.
Great call.
Right? I've never seen the sky like that yesterday. It was bizarre.
So over Davie, it was pitch black, and I was like, I don't know if it never came down.
Looked like it, right?
Yeah, never.
No, it didn't rain. It was rain. Well, it was raining.
Went over the tennis courts. I'm calling, going, are you sure it's okay? Yeah, it's good over here. No signs of the bad stuff. I went out. And,
does that stuff dissolve eventually, like the ash stuff? Like it's all over the place.
I don't know.
I don't know why I'm asking you.
I'm embarrassed to tell you my wife put on her guy pants and went out and cleaned everything.
Really?
Yeah. She did.
Her guy pants?
Well, I probably should have done is what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all.
You're also the guy that lets her do the grilling, though.
I do. I'm not proud of all this stuff, Woody.
You got to at least learn how to grill. Well, I can't even learn.
I can't.
Like,
no,
I
can.
Hard.
I can. I can do that. I have done that. I'm not saying I can't. Not great with my patience out there, though. There's music or something's going on or something. I just can't stand still. That's all. Anyway, hey, Wood, we've got, man, what a crazy time. So we got Marlins off today, just so you know. We've been telling you about the 3-game series coming up. We got a 4-pack of tickets to give away before the end of the show to the Giants. We're waiting on this Giannis Antetokounmpo deal, although let's just call it still front runners for that deal to get that done. And then we won't have to worry about some of these other crazy potential moves that the team might make. We got the drafts coming up, of course, as well. June 23rd and 24th, the first and second round of the NBA draft. We got the U.S. Open, as Woody just mentioned. Scottie Scheffler, what a strange year. The number 1 player in the world. 1 win this season. Now, usually you say something like that, you're going, he's still clearly the number 1 player because he finishes, it seems like, in the top 10 every week. Every week, and including what do you have? He finished second like 3 tournaments in a row, which was kind of a strange one. But yeah, 3. And by the way, you play in those big money tournaments and you finish second, you're making a lot of money. You're making a lot of money. And so Scottie Scheffler still made himself a lot of money this year. But yeah, he and Rory McIlroy and Cam Young and all the other Tommy Fleetwood and DeChambeau and Rahm. So from all the different tours like Club Live, the top players will be playing in this one. I like it. These are the best tournaments because it truly is like you'll know a lot more of the guys than some of these PGA events. And it's nothing against a lot of those guys are really good players, obviously. If they're winning these tournaments or almost winning these tournaments, you're going, who is that guy? Then you look them up and see where he's from and the whole deal. We were talking earlier about the Brendan Sorsby deal, and we're going to get into that with Mike Florio a little bit later in the show, but a weird one. It just the story just continues. So besides the supplemental NFL draft that he's going to jump into, and there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to throw a draft pick in there and try to get him by how high the draft pick is and a combination of also how bad your team was last year. And we'll find out what the NFL thinks of him. Seems like a lot of people think he's got everything. He's a big physical guy. He's athletic. He can run, do a lot of touchdowns at Cincinnati. But this story just – so now he comes out and says, oh, by the way, Texas Tech told me I couldn't play here. So after all that stuff, Texas Tech, all the videos that came out, the Homer judge that ruled in their favor, and everything else, they got a little heat from the NCAA and the Big 12, and they go, we can't do this. This is crazy. You got to turn pro. So he said, yeah, Texas Tech told me, I was done here. I couldn't play. And that wasn't even the strangest one. Now his agent, Brendan Sorsby's agent, comes out and says, yeah, Cincinnati, where he played the 2 previous years, knew he had a gambling problem and didn't say anything about it. Oh, God. Why? And here's a weird one, because all these teams are going to be calling Cincinnati head coach and all the guys around there. They're going to go do their homework. The guy's serious, because if you're taking him, you think he's got a chance to be a franchise quarterback, not a backup quarterback. Everybody's looking for the next franchise quarterback. And a lot of teams keep looking and looking and looking. And hell, we may be one of them. So this thing's out there. Your agent decides he's going to badmouth Cincinnati knowing that they're going to visit. And why would you do that? Why would you want to piss anybody off at Cincinnati with your client knowing problem was? They're not going to Texas Tech. He got there and he said, I got a problem. I signed my deal with you, my NIL deal, but I got some problems I need to take care of. My gambling is out of control. So anyway, and then other people are saying, well, Cincinnati had to know. Nobody could have that bad a gambling problem and keep it secret, where somebody, a graduate assistant coach, a player, somebody wouldn't say, this dude's got a problem.
I think the problem he's got is his agent.
Yeah, I think it's just stupid.
It's just funny, because nobody would have been talking about him today or yesterday had his agent not have gone on the radio.
Right. I agree.
What do you get from doing that?
I don't know.
What are you trying to boost him publicly? Like, what do you think, NFL GMs are listening to that station?
By the way, it's not Cincinnati's problem if he did have a gambling problem. If he did have it, like, I appreciate, like, what are you going to blame them? Like, that he has these addiction problems? If we were to do that, we'd be blaming a lot of people, a lot of different businesses and companies. If, like, well, it's your fault, he's got an addiction.
Well, if they knew it's a problem, but.
Well, they're saying, well, what do you think? They came right out and said, this is a joke. Who's ever coming out with this is a joke. Who's ever saying this?
Of course they're going to say that. What else are they going to say? You think they're going to come out and be like, yeah, we knew. We just thought Texas Tech, it could be their problem.
We just wanted to win. We just wanted to keep winning games, man. You know how this works. Hey, hang in there with your addiction. We're going to help you. But right now, we're worried about these games. So get your ass in here. You can worry about putting those bets out tonight. But for now, nobody knows. Let's keep going. We got this thing rolling.
Yeah, I think a statement from them goes, people have done far worse to win college football games. Like,
I don't know.
They're not going to admit to it.
I don't know, Woody, but you can't. You're insinuating that they're guilty.
I'm not insinuating they're guilty.
That's what you're saying.
Like, obviously they're going to deny those allegations. But for the agent to go out and do these interviews is stunningly stupid.
Yeah, like, just let it all go. The guys come clean. We don't have to do a history lesson in how long. We're going to go back to his high school coach and go, did you know he was gambling too? Because he got to Indiana, he was gambling. Yeah, I've been betting since I'm 12.
The story went away for a few days too, which is the funny part. And then this guy got the call, and
he also came out and said Texas Tech told him it's done here. Can you imagine walking in after all this?
True. Do you believe that? You believe that part of it?
Yeah, I believe Brandon Sorsby got the word from Texas Tech. It's done, bro.
After all that,
I know.
After all they did to save face, and
we got a little war going here, and they just threw up some bigger cannons on us.
Or maybe they just told him, hey, we're not going to win this fight.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Like, I don't think they were going to win. You had some schools and conference that was pissed, and
that's part of what I'm saying.
They were going to sanction his ass, and
they were threatening federal government. They were threatening everything.
Attorney generals are fighting in different states. What a bizarre story.
I don't know, but somebody finally said at Texas Tech, hey, let him go. Got to let him go. Tell him. Who's making the call? Why don't we have our AD, since he said all those nice things about taking care of the student athletes here? Let him.
Someone said on the text, I bet you 2-1 the Dolphins don't pick Sorsby. He's giving us good odds.
I'm curious how high a pick you go. Again,
but this is the problem. We don't know, how great he's going to be in the pros. I don't know what kind of prospect they view him as.
You got a pretty good idea. You've heard what everybody said about him before they knew.
Yeah, but the problem too, though, is like usually when a guy's going into the draft, you get the whole draft process. You get all the combine and the pro day and all the other good stuff.
I think somebody's going to throw in some supplemental third-round picks.
Well, how high would you go? Assuming you want him.
I don't want him, but if I did, if it was somebody
you don't want him because of the gambling issue?
Yeah.
What if he can play?
Great.
What if he's Kyle said he's a franchise quarterback?
Yeah.
Or could be.
Could be. No. By the way, every team that's going to take him thinks you think they're going to take him? They think he can be the third quarterback on the team. They're going, hey, we got our third guy. Give up that pick. No, they think you're drafting a quarterback with somebody saying we haven't seen it yet, but he's got potential to be his makeup, he's got a chance to be a franchise quarterback. That's what everybody said. Just think about all the people who have said that and been wrong year after year after year after year. Guys are supposed to be the smartest guys in the world in professional sports. They sit down together. They sit with quarterback coaches. They bring in all these consultants. They go, what do you think? And they go, this could be the guy right here in the right system. And look at, what is it, 50-50?
Well, we've been looking
50 with these top guys.
We've been looking for a quarterback for a really long time, and I don't, no offense to Malik Willis, but he's unproven at best.
Yeah.
So
they think
I would do whatever it took to get a franchise
will tell you,
quarterback.
Though, they think he's got a chance to be a franchise. He's one of those guys we're talking about. They think he's got, and you go out there and you watch him make a sidearm throw. Or you see the big arm. He's got a huge arm, clearly the best arm. I mean, he's got a cannon for an arm, and he can run. But you're right. We think he's got a chance, and Green Bay's like, man, we've watched it up close. We've met the parents. We know everything about them. We know, in Green Bay, you get where you know everything about everybody. We think he's got a chance. So we're going to find out.
Somebody said no good players have ever come from the supplemental draft.
That's not true.
That is not true. Bernie Kosar was in the supplemental draft. Chris Carter. Craig
Erickson was down here, was a good quarterback.
Brian Bosworth, Terrell Pryor, Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon was incredible.
Josh Gordon was either, when he played, he was one of the best, or he was out of the game.
Josh Gordon was the guy that you would take every year in the fantasy draft, in the mid rounds, because you would just hope that he played,
right?
Because he could go for 2,000 yards easily.
No, he was
in his sleep.
He was physically freakish. I didn't realize Chris Carter was a supplemental draft guy. I didn't know that, and he had his own demons going on and his things going on with Chris, but whatever it was. But he ended up being a Hall of Fame. I mean, there have been guys that worked out going in the history of the game. There have been guys that have worked out.
So 501 said some team ought to take this guy after all by leaving school. He's betting on himself.
That's good.
I wouldn't have any issue with this whatsoever if the Dolphins want to roll the dice here.
They might, Woody. I can't speak on their behalf. They might be thinking, a lot of teams, a lot of people in the NFL think we're the one of the teams that's going to be looking. We're looking all over for a guy that's got a chance to be that guy. And
is Malik Willis the guy, Joe? Can you tell me with 100% certainty that he's your franchise quarterback?
They don't know that.
I don't even think the Dolphins front office knows that. I think they think that.
Yeah, well, they think that. That's just like the guys that are getting ready to take him in a supplemental draft. They think he might have a chance. They don't know. How many guys you want to go through this? We can go through this with how many surefire guys have been where you looked and you
There's
go,
no such thing.
well, there have been a couple.
Who?
John Elway.
Okay. Who was the next one? Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck.
Not the best career, certainly. Didn't play
Andrew
very
Luck?
long. He quit. Didn't
No,
want to
he
play
quit.
anymore.
That's weak. When he was playing.
You think Mendoza's a sure thing?
No. Joe Burrow. I felt pretty good when Joe Burrow came out that he was going to be good.
But there's still no.
I'll tell you another
no
guy.
Sure thing.
There's another guy. There's been some guys who are sure. A lot of people thought Peyton Manning was going to be a sure shot.
Mm-hmm.
First overall pick. He was.
Yeah, but for all those sure shot guys, there's a bust right next to him.
I know that. We're just talking about, you asked me if there were sure shots, and I agree. I'm not disagreeing. You always add that. You always have to add that extra piece to it to make your point. Okay, we're just talking about sure shot guys. Some of the first overall picks look like first overall picks and going to bad teams. You know, that can neutralize everything when you're the first overall guy and you look really good and you're on a really, really bad team.
Well, yeah, we had a quarterback from here that had that experience last season. Cam.
Yeah, that's a great
example. To a
example.
terrible team.
Yeah.
He's, by the way, the favorite to have a breakout year. Every website loves
Have you
him.
read the latest stuff, though, that he's having trouble completing passes right now, and they're telling everybody they're not worried about it?
Oh, what, in OTAs?
Yeah, well, that's what everybody's –
well,
come on,
Tua looks
OTAs
great
and
in
minicamps.
So, you know.
All right, we're going to break here before I get to any more of your sarcasm this morning. Man, you're into that.
Everyone's talking
you're
about that video they put out yesterday, that 5-second video of him throwing a ball high
Down the
to
middle.
his receiver. Yeah.
All right, hey, let's talk about Super Sure. I'm super sure of this. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's finish line, handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from that group again until it's time for the renewal. Your business runs all year, and so do the gaps and the risks. That's why I'm introducing Super Sure. If your company's more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just buy a policy online. It's just too much stuff. Super Sure is a super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with your year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts, which translates your current policy into a plain English so you know exactly what's covered and what's not, plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth, so you know exactly what your needs are and what is protected and what's not protected. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com, paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Joe, I'd like to tell people about the event that we have coming up again tomorrow, if that's okay with you.
Go ahead, Woody. Go ahead and do it.
How long can you stretch that out for? Can we do? Let's say Messi just scored his 4th. How would that sound?
It would go.
You don't want to do it?
No, I don't want to do it right now.
Will you do it at the event? All right. Celebrate the summer of soccer with WQAM tomorrow at our home right here in the Citadel in Miami, starting at noon every hour. One lucky fan gets a shot to win up to $10,000 in our Soccer Kick Challenge. You can enjoy complimentary global food samples from Wild Fork, Cafecito from La Llave, Rooftop Vibes with Al Capone, and you can meet Heat legend Udonis Haslem aboard the Hard Rock Bet bus, plus games, giveaways, prizes. Come for the soccer, stay for the vibes. The summer of soccer at the Citadel in Miami, Friday at noon, sponsored by Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, by La Llave, Smooth Espresso, by your South Florida Chevy dealers, Al Capone Sweet Hand-Rolled Cognac Cigars, Wild Fork Neighborhood Meat and Seafood Market, Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook, and by Verizon, an official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Well, it sounds like you got everything covered right
Yeah,
there.
I could have probably, to be quite honest, couldn't have handpicked sponsors of stuff that I like better, but
yeah. Oh, you got a little.
I told you, Wild Fork is really solid. And you would like Wild Fork because they have all the like exotic animals that I feel like you used to. I know you didn't hunt them yourself necessarily, but like I'm guessing you ate like deer
I had a hunting
and,
family.
and bison and stuff like that, right?
I didn't have bison, but I had deer meat almost every night.
Yeah,
that's how many bucks they killed.
They have it all there, man. They got all kinds of like different. You know what they have, and I know you like duck. They have duck.
Love duck.
Love duck.
Love duck. Yeah, duck's good.
Yeah.
But no, we had pheasant, duck,
pheasant,
quail.
I tried pheasant.
All those.
Pheasant similar to duck.
Let me tell you, that mother of mine, he'd bring it home and she buttered up, man. And
yeah,
we were eating it. Sometimes get a couple of those pellets in your mouth from the shotgun.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Chew down on a couple of those bad boys. You know what I'm not a fan of?
What?
Wild turkey.
Wild turkey.
There's wild turkeys all over. Where I live is wild turkey everywhere.
All right, so now you're going to have to explain to me the difference. Wild turkey versus like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah. Well, those Thanksgiving, they're nice and fat. And the wild turkeys, they're a little active. They're wild, but they're everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the meat is different.
Yes, it is different. But some people like wild turkey now. I got some guys out there that know how to flavor it up a little bit and can eat it. I'll tell you another thing I'm not a fan of. Wild pig.
Wild pig.
Wild pig. They're everywhere. By the way, they're out where I am and they're here.
Is that like a boar?
Wild pig are everywhere.
Does it taste different than regular pig?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I like when you give me these lessons about
hunting
and
no, listen, man, and I've told you I was an embarrassment to my father when it came, because I was the only one. All my uncles and my cousins would go out and hunt, and there'd be 10 or 15 of us in the morning, and they go, "Where's Joe?" He didn't want to go. he said he had something to do. He didn't want to go. I didn't want to walk all over a hill a day after a football game. Now they go Saturday morning early.
Yeah.
Early. And the last thing I wanted to do after a basketball game on a weekend or a football game was go out and walk or sit on a point somewhere where they up in the mountains there, and
but they enjoyed it, right? Like the hunting was like a sport type thing,
my
right?
God, at the end of the day, if they killed a couple of bucks, they were like, "Oh my God, look at this." And I watched them clean it, which is, never asked me to, but yeah, some of my uncles could clean it and do the whole thing now. And then I hear the women coming out and going, "Oh, I'll take that. Oh gosh, we love that. We'll take that."
What part of a deer do you eat?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they don't seem to be meaty animals.
No, they are. It's really good.
I don't think I've ever tried deer.
And now my wife tried to deer meat with her, and she goes,
She did not care for it.
She said, I'm not killing I'm not eating Bambi or something. I don't remember.
Was that what she said?
Was. Yeah.
So not eating Bambi.
That was her take on the whole thing. But you're out there, man. You grow up in that. That's a fun day. It's not just, it's like, hey, man, we walked and you get home early in the afternoon. And
well, some of these exotic meats are better for you, too, than like just straight up red meat.
Oh, listen, man, I think my dad eating all that healthy stuff, that game, I think probably helped him to get to where he is right now, still rolling at 92, almost 93.
That's why they say, I think it's like bison and some of those things are like better for you.
We didn't have any of those around. I'd be lying to you, though.
That's like in the center of the country, I think, right?
Yeah, they're all over the place in Wyoming and Montana, and a combination of Yellowstone's got them all around. The ranchers are complaining about them now and want to get rid of them, and the states are trying to protect them.
You ever eaten a bear?
I have had bear, and I'm not a fan of bear. There's another one put on the list. It's a little rough.
So they would hunt bears. I mean, I assume they're overpopulated in
everywhere,
right?
Everybody complains there's too many bears.
So people would eat.
They're great survivors, man. The bears are great survivors.
Yeah,
but that's a little rough.
Now you guys didn't like keep the head and like put it on your wall.
No.
Okay,
but I got guys I went to school with that have those places, and a lot of guys do.
They keep
They like to.
Like you walk in and it's like
you
get
a 3-pointer or 4-pointer, big buck with a big rack on it, a rack of the deer, of course, not a big rack.
A rack of what? Like the antlers?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Seems like that term probably could find another term.
Why am I doing this?
That deer is a huge rack.
But I want to tell you, my dad years ago goes, hey, we got all these rifles and shotguns. You want them? And I go, nope.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate it, though. And
what are you going to do here with it? Shoot iguanas?
No, no. They're old guns anyway and been used. And some of them
you'd have to drive them back. Right? I mean, I can't imagine you show up at the airport with them. And just say, I use these for hunting.
Don't worry. I think the family, my dad gave them to all the family members that were still into hunting. Anyway, I don't know how we got.
Wants, now people want to know different things, Joe. Someone wants to know if you've ever had one of those raccoon hats.
No.
You didn't walk around wearing one of those, right? That's like a Tennessee thing. They had those all over Tennessee.
They did?
Yeah.
Thinking of Daniel Boone, man, when you said that.
Yeah. Someone said I've eaten a Bambi.
Hey, look I had some bandit. I had some.
Guess this bear couldn't survive Chicago. That's funny.
I had
had in Indianapolis.
We had some bandit relatives. You know what a bandit relative is for hunting?
No.
Kills does.
What's that? The babies?
No, not the babies, but the moms.
Oh wow.
Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah, you did. You just wanted the meat.
I can't believe you've eaten a bear. That's bizarre to me. I actually said that in a joking way. Like I didn't realize people ate bears.
So
what kind of bear?
So I grew up right outside the hills that go into the Sierra Nevadas.
Mm-hmm.
So they got everything. That's all.
Polar bears or no?
No grizzlies either.
No,
they're just black.
Just regular black bears. Okay.
I think you're messing with me, man.
Somebody said my understanding is that bears and other carnivores are not good meat. You didn't like bear, you said. No good.
No, I got some guys do. And the
venison
other thing
is another good one. Venison is the highest percentage of protein per ounce of any meat.
That's deer meat. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Is that a type of deer?
Meat. Yeah. That's good stuff. So, the other thing everybody will do on certain stuff is smoke it and turn into jerky.
Oh, okay.
Jerky's big.
What about
by the way, jerky out there is huge. People make homemade jerky. You can buy it all over the place out there.
That's good. What about mountain lion?
Like you, jerky.
Yeah. Mountain lion? Cougar? Ever eat any large cats?
No, but there are mountain lions all over the place too.
Yeah.
Don't mess with mountain lions. Especially, dogs are not safe up in those mountains when you got all
those guys running around, yeah.
All right, Woody. Listen, man, that's the best
Good
I can
stuff,
do.
Man.
That's the best I can do. Right there. All right. All right, Woody, we got to go to break here. We got Michelle Kaufman, Miami Herald Sports Writer. We got all this World Cup. I'm sitting here talking about all this crazy stuff. We got all these other things going on. The U.S. Open first round. We'll get you caught up on on some scores here early on. We've got that. But Michelle Kaufman, Miami Herald sports writer, covering the World Cup, is going to join us, and we're going to talk to her a little bit. I love the Messi story. I do. I love all this stuff. And I just say this one more time before we go to break. When this tournament's over and Messi's back here playing, hopefully he gets through the tournament healthy and is back playing with Inter Miami, go out and enjoy him. Go enjoy maybe the greatest player of all time, still playing at a high level, still wants to be great, playing for your team. You're probably a good chance when you're going out, the first question you ask yourself, is Messi playing? And you're taking the family. Don't bitch about anything, about how he looks at you, what he does, or just watch the greatness of this guy. Because I'm going to tell you something. When he leaves, there ain't nothing close to him coming to your team ever again.
I think they made amends of fans in him, didn't they?
I know, but
good.
I'm just telling people.
By the way, Michelle covered that story. It was a very bizarre story. That was while you were gone. That whole thing went down.
I'm just saying, enjoy it.
Yeah.
And just a heads up that sometimes you have something comes to your team, and people used to say, you'll never get anything like this again. And you're going, come on. You're never getting something like that to come to town again. Nothing against the Moss family. Will do whatever they can. They'll try to find another guy. There ain't another one of him out there that's going to play at that level at that age.
Can I throw one more at you here before we hit the break?
Yeah.
704 asked, which comes first, Joe eats bear or Dolphins win a playoff game?
Ooh, man, that's close. I'm not eating bear, though, so the question should be, am I going to be alive to see us win a playoff game?
Yeah. I don't know where you could get bear from.
Huh?
I don't know where you could get bear from. I've never seen it on a menu somewhere.
You get out in the Everglades, those rednecks will show you how they're eating them out there.
Someone asked if you like an occasional cougar.
Still love cougars. Yeah, always love cougars. We got some very creative people. Yeah. There's no question. Hey, I want to talk about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. You need cash to pay off taxes, liens, judgments, IRS, high interest rate, second mortgages, credit card debt. Call Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage, 561-441-2730. If you own a commercial or residential property with equity, call Michael right now. He can help you. He's been helping Floridians for over 30 years. If you're looking to buy a home today, he'll get you pre-approved with little money down. Now's the time to lock in before interest rates go even higher. Call his cell phone. He works 24/7, 561-441-2730. That's 561-441-2730. Let Michael Kotze help you. The guy's working. He works 7 days a week. Nobody's going to outwork this guy. Michael Kotze's about great service and getting it done for you. MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
It's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody, what do you have for us here this morning?
All right, Bear Man. By the way, appreciate all the texts that are coming. Very funny stuff.
You know, I was surprised when I got down here how many people hunt.
In Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think.
Well, I mean, they
probably
go
a
on
decent
hunting
amount.
trips all over the place, but yeah, there's a lot of hunting in the Everglades. And
Well, we learned the other day that you can do a snake charter.
yeah, by the way, we
Go
got
out there and hunt.
we got to
snakes.
follow up on that one.
You want to go?
No,
Yeah, me neither. I'm very scared of those.
I want to hear
things.
some stories though from one of those rednecks that's doing that. That'd
What's
be
the
great.
weirdest animal you've ever eaten?
It's not an animal, but I had frog legs one night and they didn't tell me. As soon as I found out, that was it.
That's an animal.
A frog?
Yeah, it's an animal. It's not a person.
I had frog legs.
Okay.
All right, what
It's
else?
an
you got?
amphibian.
Okay,
Right?
right. What else you got here?
Frog legs?
Hey, do me a favor.
Ugh.
Just keep going.
Actually, I heard those are good.
What do you?
Are they like chicken wings? It tastes like chicken wings.
the guy? They actually tasted pretty good, and the guy goes, "Should I tell your son yet?" And
Oh no! You
told
you
me,
said
I go
no
like,
idea.
"Oh God, these are like the frogs out there. All these big bull ass frogs that are around. We
Yeah.
got to jump over at night to get in the house."
I'm surprised though too with all the French culture you're involved in that you didn't like those. All right, Joe.
Kiss
I think
my
that's,
ass,
that's a
Woody.
big thing up there, isn't it? All right.
I love the French people. Screw you.
World Cup viewership is off to a red hot start here, Joe. How about this? Through Sunday's matches, viewership of the FIFA World Cup is up a whopping 152% across
Really?
Fox, FS1, and wherever else this thing's
Hey
airing.
man, Fox has done a good job. They've done a good job.
They're averaging 6.66 million viewers per game, with record-setting viewership for the U.S. men's national team opener against Paraguay setting the pace. That game, Joe, this number is wild. Any idea what that game would have averaged?
26 million. I don't
What do you
know.
think that many? Well, 18
18.
million.
Okay.
Which is, the finals were in the low 20 range. So that's actually pretty good. Telemundo is averaging 7.5 million viewers per game. Their calls are tremendous. But these numbers are up very big here year over year. So soccer off to a
Listen.
strong start.
We think the USA's got a really good team. Off to a good start. See if they can keep it rolling tomorrow against Australia at our party.
That's
Big
right.
party.
Big
All right,
party here at the building tomorrow. All right, we got a documentary coming up on Sunday, Joe. If you are interested in this, CNN.
What could be
is-
what now?
CNN is getting into World Cup content now, and they have a documentary called Chasing Soccer Glory, America's Long Game. The documentary will explore soccer's rise in the United States and the decades-long pursuit of international success that has captivated generations of American fans.
You know, everybody through the years, you remember what everybody says, oh, this World Cup is going to get this country really fired up. And then it leaves and it's always just kind of gone flat, even though we do have a lot of kids that play, right? That's the first sport most kids get in here.
Everyone starts with soccer.
I call it herd soccer. And they just go around in
it's
packs.
well, it's easy. They can run around
each
kick,
other.
yeah.
Keep going, Johnny. Keep going. And if you got one of those aggressive kids, he's out in front and trying to kick the ball and kick everybody.
So for this documentary, they have Carly Lloyd, Ali Krieger will provide commentary from the U.S. women's national team. You
They're
have
good.
Matt Freese and former players Tim Howard and Tab Ramos will represent the men's squad in this documentary. Tim Howard is wild, man. He's always screaming at everyone. But the women's team is fantastic.
Yeah, they're good.
They're really fun to watch. Any interest?
No.
Okay.
There's a lot of documentaries that you're still getting on me for some other documentaries I haven't watched.
I have another documentary still to come in this segment alone, Joe. One more for you, not documentary. The Cavs celebrating a 10-year anniversary of their historic championship. Remember, they came back, being down 3-1, LeBron at the block,
Yeah.
and all that
It's
good
been
stuff.
10 years, huh?
They went off to Europe here, a little golf trip, and most of the team was there. Any idea which player perhaps did not show up, who was a key part of that team?
It's either gotta be.
This is an easy one.
Well, if it's not LeBron,
No, LeBron was there.
then it's got to be my point guard who hit the big shot.
That would be Kyrie Irving, who did not show up. And then J.R. Smith commented on a picture here that they put up on Instagram, and he was kind of vague with this, but he said his quote was, "Missing none. He was invited and ghosted us all, so stop with that BS." Presumably talking about Kyrie Irving, who does not seem to be friends with anyone.
Well, you're not surprised by that.
No, not at all. He's a strange
I almost
dude.
forgot he was out all year. Never came back.
I think he's on the Mavs, isn't he?
He is on the map. I'm just saying he didn't come back and play. I think they thought they're going to get him back. Never happened.
All right, Joe, and we'll end on a documentary here. Ben Stiller has teamed up with A24 and HBO for the New York Knicks documentary. We knew about that this was coming here. He had been filming games on his phone for this thing, but he will be the director of this documentary that he is going to be working on. So look for HBO. We'll have this. He is a very good director. I don't know if you've ever seen the show Severance. He's the EP and director on that one.
I heard he was really promoting this on the show with Kenny and those guys.
So that's soon to come here.
Yeah.
It should be pretty interesting. It says he's working on the multi-part documentary. It'll be about the first championship in 53 years. He's going to run up through the history of the Knicks and all some other good stuff. So it should be pretty interesting.
Yeah. What a party that's going to be in a couple hours.
Yeah.
How about that
I
parade
saw
in New
they
York?
had like barricades. They weren't letting people in. And the line to get in to this thing looked.
Yeah.
Now, we had 63 arrests, 5 school busts, 4
none of that
stabbings.
today.
We had that
Have
during
fun,
the aftermath.
Celebrate. It's during the day.
So I have to ask you this in the spirit of gambling. We have our guy we've talking about all morning. How many arrests today?
None. We're clean.
No way, dude. Someone's going down.
Well, because liquor. Yeah, there's going to be alcohol. Somebody's going to be a little bit, but nothing major, Woody. No broken windows. No burning.
Looting, okay.
Nobody punching a police officer. Right?
I hope not, Joe.
No,
Boy, they decorated. There's a really cool stage they set up here. This is
they're
nice.
going to do it upright, man. They're going to do
it
it
upright. Big deal,
right.
man.
Big
deal.
It's good stuff. Boy, we got a lot of stuff going on. Michelle Kaufman, Miami Herald sports writer, covering the World Classic for this championship of soccer and the World Cup. And on top of that, Inter Miami. I can't wait to talk to her about all of it coming up, including Messi, man. I do love the Messi story, man. What 39 years old next week. What he's been able to do is unbelievable. Atlantic Men's Clinic, what they're doing is unbelievable for men out there. ED and low T. I know most guys don't like to talk about this, and I understand it. Low T guys are okay with. Low T, energy level not there. You know it. You're tired all the time. Now everybody's, it's just normal. You're tired. You gain some weight. That's what we do. And, hey, listen, man, if you want to stay active and you're dealing with ED, as in no sex drive or hit and miss sex drive, either one, not good. If you like to get it back, you can. Atlantic Men's Clinic, it works. Flat out works. Been on it for 2.5 years. Almost 2.5 years. Not quite. But I got to tell you, man, the results have been fantastic, and I had full-blown everything, man. I mean, getting towards the end of the 60s, you got everything. But I got to tell you, great results, great people, the way they do it. Went in there, set up that first appointment, got the PSA test, met with their professional staff. They looked at my numbers, put me on a program, and the number one question I get, how quickly before it kicks in? And I know what guys are. They're not talking about their energy level. They're talking about the sex drive coming back there in the bedroom, man. Action back in the bedroom again. Well, 7 locations in South Florida to serve you, and, man, it kicks in quickly, guys. Brand new location in Hollywood. I go to Plantation. Wherever you need to go, it works. And if you're going through it right now and it's really messing with you, just like, wow, this is not what I thought. 877-455-7300. Set up that first appointment. Go down, meet with them. you're in for great results. You really are. AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Learn more about them. Atlantic Men's Clinic, it works.
Miramar, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. WQAM Miami, an Odyssey sports station. The home of Joe Rose with Hollywood, Tobin and Leroy, and Hawk, Crowder and Solana. South Florida sports lives here.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia in Miami. In a Domino's game, you'll always find your Abuelito, and whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia, starting with the Marlins, who avoided a sweep, beating the Phillies 12-4. Miami will get a day off today before opening up a 3-game home series with the Giants beginning tomorrow. And in golf, the 126 U.S. Open has just gotten underway at Shinnecock Country Club in New York. We'll get you a leaderboard update. Stop looking at me in just a few moments here.
You're like a little kid, man.
All right.
You really are.
All right.
It sounded like you said a bad word.
We have to continue now. It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale. One location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
Well, I got to tell you, man, it's the biggest sporting event in the world. It's not even close, no matter what any politicians might think. The World Cup is number one. It is great. It's in this country. We got 7 matches going to take place here in South Florida. And joining us, longtime friend, she and her husband both, Michelle Kaufman, Miami Herald sports writer, covering the World Cup and also Inter Miami. Michelle, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. It's about time. This is my 30th year at the Miami Herald. I will repeat, 30 years at the Miami Herald. This is my 7th World Cup, and you finally figured out that this is a sport we need to talk about.
I know. I have neglected it through the years. You're right. I think as I've gotten older, I've got more appreciation. You know what I really like about this, Michelle, is the matches. They've done a great job of really educating people, or people are just getting more into soccer clubs as well as the teams from all these different countries. But I like the star power for all these teams, whether it's Messi going for the hat trick, Mbappe a couple of goals, Haaland had a couple for Norway, and then last night Harry Kane had a couple of goals with England. I just think the star power with these teams has really made it even more special. How about for you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you sounded so authoritative as you rolled off those names. I'm so impressed, Joe.
I've watched
really
a lot.
impressed.
This is the most I've ever watched.
It's really, really fun. But, the thing, I love the star power, but what I love more are the fans. What I love the most about the World Cup is the passion that the fans bring. And I love American sports. I really do. I've covered the NFL, the NBA, but I've covered them all. There is nothing. The only thing that the only thing that's even in the same neighborhood is March Madness, where schools get so into their team being into March Madness, or, the Cameron Crazies at Duke or something like that. But on a global scale in professional sports, there is nothing. There is nothing. If you've seen all the videos, I'm sure on TV, on social media, and it's not just the Argentines and the Brazilians, the Norwegians, this whole thing with they're teaching everybody how to row. They do this incredible rowing thing. And then the Tartan Army of Scotland, let me just warn you that they are coming this weekend. They are invading South Florida, and I broke a story yesterday that they are taking over Lone Depot Park on Monday for the Marlins game against the Rangers. And let me tell you, if you haven't been to a Marlins game this year, this is the one to go to on Monday night, because there could be as many as 20,000 of them in the stadium in their kilts, and they will sing so loud. The decibel level will be like nothing that the Marlins have ever heard. And they just did it at Fenway Park, and they went to a Yankee Stadium on an off day, and now they're coming to Miami on Monday night, and they're going to be invading South Florida. They're playing Brazil. Next Wednesday, Brazil against Scotland at Hard Rock Stadium. I'm telling you, those are two of the most fun-loving, passionate fan groups that you could ever see. So for me, I love the Stars, yes, and Lionel Messi, forget about it. I mean, a hat trick a week shy of his 39th birthday. That hat trick, by the way, was 20 years to the day, June 16th, of his very first World Cup goal.
Wow.
In 2006 in Germany. He was 18 years old. I covered that World Cup. He was 18 years old, came off the bench in the 75th minute, and scored his first World Cup goal at age 18. And here he is, 20 years later, at 38, scoring a hat trick.
It's
crazy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I got to ask you, and I almost called you at home on this one about a month ago about all the Inter Miami stuff. I just tell everybody, and probably went too far, just enjoy watching this guy. We're never going to have another player like this ever come through this soccer team again. They just he is, if he's not the greatest, he's right there at the top in the very.
He's the greatest. I think he's the greatest. I mean, I know Pelé was incredible. It's a different era. You know how it is with football too.
Right,
with every
right,
sport,
true.
they say this guy's the best. This guy's the best. We don't know because we don't know. If you threw Pelé out on a field now, he would. It's a different game. He would have trained differently. He would play differently. I mean, it's hard to say. Every era of sport is different, but there is no question. I mean, in my mind, I think that I think Messi is the best. Just he not only scores, but he also makes everyone else better around him, and he passes. He makes, he has so many assists. In addition to the goals, he also has so many assists. He makes everyone around him better. And the thing is, now that you've watched a bunch of the games, and when you watch a lot of soccer at the highest level, I'm not talking about watching other games, but you're watching the World Cup now. You're seeing the best players in the world, day after day in all these games, and you see what he does in tight spaces where he gets the ball. The other guys, even really good players, they shoot from the outside, or someone gives them a long cross, and then they're right in front of the goal and they finish. And that's wonderful. But what Messi does is he will just go, that little guy will just go right into the middle of the scrum, in between 5 defenders, right inside the box. And he will he threads a needle. He will find a space and crank the crap out of the ball into the corner. And the goalkeeper tries to get it and can't. And it's just the things he does, nobody else does. No one else does what he does.
Michelle, I was talking about the amount of money he's made and still being motivated to still want to be known as one of the greatest players today in the game as he's getting closer to 40, and still I always wonder what motivates a guy like this to play at this level late in life when he has everything, and yet I thought a lot of people thought he's going to show up at Inter Miami and just kind of show up a little bit from time to time and kick a couple. He's the best player in the league by far, and it's incredible. What do you think motivates this guy to continue, even in this league, to want to be great?
I don't get to talk to him that much. None of us do. But the thing that I hear about him from everyone who plays with him and everyone around the club who's near him and everything, and you can see it, is that he is incredibly competitive. I mean, I know that sounds so cliche, but I mean, he invents little things in his head to try to motivate himself. And even like in every single training session, what I've heard, in every single training session, if they do some little 3-on-3 or 5-on-5, any little scrimmage or anything, he is pissed if he doesn't win that. You know what I mean? Like, he must win. He hates losing still at this stage, even when there's no one watching, even when there's a practice. And I'm going to tell you something the other day about that hat trick. And I was not in his head because no one's in his head. But the fact that Mbappe and Haaland, 2 guys who are younger than him, 25 and 27, they both scored 2 goals that afternoon. Each of them scored 2. Yeah. And I'm telling you, that little man was sitting there saying, you know what, boys, you scored 2, I'm going to score 3. I'm going to score 3. And, they took him out in the 80th minute. He probably could have scored 4.
Yeah.
He is ruthless. He's got this reputation of, he's this nice, humble boy from Argentina who was so little and he had to take steroids to get big. That guy is a freaking, he's a ruthless monster on the field. He is. He's small and he comes off as Mr. Humble and Mr. Nice and Mr. Whatever. He is not. He's not. He is, I would equate him. I mean, it's like Michael Jordan or Serena Williams, these people that are just, they transcend the sport and they are, the word competitive doesn't even begin to explain how much they want to win, how much they hate to lose. And I think that's what motivates him, because certainly he has, listen to this number, 508 million Instagram followers. Half a billion people are following him on Instagram. He has more money than you could ever need. And he goes out there, and the way he plays,
it's amazing.
It's amazing. He's going to be 39 next week.
That's I've been saying the last couple of days. I go, man, we can talk about all the great ones coming through here and everywhere else, and he is, people don't want to hear it because some other sports are more popular here, but he's it, man. He is it. It's not even close. I want to ask you this, though. We kind of watched the first round of everybody, and it's probably not fair because not everybody's playing against the same competition right now. Who looks the best to you of everybody you've seen so far, if you could guess? Is it France? Could it be England or somebody else?
Obviously, I think Argentina looked very good.
Yeah,
and they have this, and they have this man that we're talking about. And yes, it's hard to win back-to-back. They're the defending champions. But if anyone could, I would not put it past him. Just the fact that no one ever has, when I'm telling you about how he likes to motivate himself with these little things, the fact that that it's so hard to win back-to-back, I think that's motivating him for sure. Germany, poor little Curacao. Poor Curacao is so sweet. I just wrote a story about them. They're adorable. But Germany crushed them 7-1. France looks good. England looks good. Norway looks good.
Yeah.
And by the way, United States, I know this is even crazy for me to say this, in that I don't think that they're not a world power yet. I'm not saying that they are going to win the World Cup. But the way this U.S. team played, and yes, it was one game on Friday, but Paraguay is no slouch. Paraguay had beaten Brazil and Argentina in World Cup qualifying. That is not a bad team. That was a good team. And the United States, the way they played, I'm telling you, this is my 7th World Cup. I've never seen a U.S. team play that well in a World Cup. The U.S. has always been known as the blue collar, never say die.
Right.
We are American. We are blue collar. We never say die. We have great spirit, but not great skill, not great fluidity, and not so pretty to watch, but, gritty. This team is not just about grit. This team played very well. And now that I've watched the entire first round, I have to say that the way the U.S. played, they really resembled one of the better teams, the way they played in the first game. And the question is, can they sustain this going forward? But the way they played, if I'm evaluating just the first round,
right,
I think the U.S. had one of the best games in the first round.
Yeah, a lot of people said this could be their best team since you've been watching. Is it clearly the best team for you?
Yes. So far, it's one game.
No, I get it.
I was there in 2002 when in Japan and Korea they went to the quarterfinals. That's the farthest that they've gone, and that team was really good. That team had Landon Donovan, DeMarcus Beasley, and those guys, and they went to the quarterfinals. Bruce Arena was the coach. That's the farthest they've ever gone, quarterfinals, and that's really far. And no team since then has been able to equate that. So time will tell. It's still really early. But I can tell you that I personally have never seen a U.S. team play that well at a World Cup.
Can't wait for 3 o'clock tomorrow. Australia, and United States going to be fun. Michelle, thank you so much. Will you do me a favor? One favor, give Dave a big hug and tell him it's a big man hug from Joe Rose. Just tell him
I will give him a huge man hug. Okay.
Michelle, thank you so much. It's great talking
absolutely.
to you.
Call me anytime. I'm always around.
All right, we'll do it again next week. Thank you.
All right.
Michelle Kaufman, Miami Herald sports writer, covering World Cup and Inter Miami. And, man, she knows her stuff. There is no question about it. Hey, we got to talk about something else here. Chill Zone Air Conditioning. Yep. President Melissa De Verona, family-owned and operated. And I just want to say this, man. It's not taking shots at anybody else. Apparently some others have thought I was taking shots at them, and I'm not. I'm just saying that the air conditioning industry gets a bad reputation of not being on time, not being knowledgeable, not giving you straight shots of what's really going on, what you need, what you don't need. And you're not going to get that. First of all, how many times have you been able to call and go, I'd like to talk to the president of the company, please? And you go, you're talking to her because Melissa's going to answer the phone. She's going to take care of it. She's going to set you up with the experienced trucks that go out every day all over South Florida so you get the best, whether you need a new air conditioning unit, whether you need the one you have repaired or duct cleaning or anything else, you can trust them. And I tell you what, the biggest pet peeve for me is not being on friggin' time, man. Don't tell me you're coming between a 2-hour period and then you don't show up at all, or you show up at 9 o'clock at night. That just ain't cutting it, man. With no phone calls, no, communication's okay. And boy, do they do a great job of. I just had the best experience within the minute. First of all, gave me 2 hours. 2 hours, 4 to 6 will be there. Called me like, hey, 5:10 to 5:11, they should be there. Michael pops in there right on time, able to fix the problem, had a new piece he had to put in there. It was just a great experience, and I wanted to tell everybody, if you're not happy with the air conditioning company that you've been going to and you've been looking for another one, well, Chill Zone Air Conditioning is going to be the new one you need to call. 786-378-2778. Tell them you heard it right here on 104.3 WQAM. It's chillzoneac.com if you want to learn more about Melissa, the family, and the great job they're going to do for you. It's Chill Zone Air Conditioning.
Here's a word.
storms roll in, visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimate. 85 degrees right now. Feels like 96, so it is hot again today. I don't think I'm breaking news to anyone there, Joe.
No.
I got to tell you, like, this is pretty funny here. So Gillette Stadium, where they're playing games in, Foxborough, where the Patriots play, has like 64,000 seats, and each seat has a little Gillette logo on it. Some person was tasked, or a group of people, I assume, with putting a little piece of tape over every seat where it says Gillette. Ben Volen just sent this out. They actually have what do we got here? Hot sauce, barbecue sauce, ketchup, mustard. There's soy sauce for some reason in the press box, I guess this is. Every single logo, where it would say like Heinz or whatever,
Everything's got to be covered up.
is covered in black tape.
Wow.
Now,
FIFA's gone
especially weird.
They got a little too far on this.
Yeah,
thing,
but this
man.
is especially weird because, like, if you
You don't
have
have
Heinz,
sponsor-
Heinz,
right.
I don't think is a sponsor of the Dolphins that I know of.
No.
But they put their ketchup in the sweets or whatever, I would assume.
I guess
right?
if you don't have a major sponsor through this World Cup and through Fox and all the people carrying these games, why? Now listen, they got a lot of companies. You've seen all the spots. Hell, a lot of the soccer people are in the spots, but
just very weird. Like, I
It is.
understand maybe covering up the presenting sponsor, the stadium's logo. I even think that's kind of stupid. But to go around and put a little piece of tape on every single seat, like anyone's going to care or see it, we're getting pretty petty with this stuff.
yeah, no, I got you.
But the one with the sauces is pretty wild.
That's
Covering
crazy.
up the sauce logos.
Yeah. All right, well, cover it up, man. Cover it up, Woody. Hey, my God, man, this Brendan Sorsby story just continues to go. I did not know, and we're all finding out new stuff together. He's got an NFL workout day for the league. He's got his own little personal pro day that he's going to work out.
I didn't know they could do those after the fact. Remember, I told you earlier in the show, I said that he doesn't get to go through the typical draft process, so it's kind of tough to evaluate
He's
the
getting
guy.
it by himself. You know the crazy thing about this? Would this all be going on if he wasn't potentially a franchise quarterback in the NFL?
Doing a pro day?
No, all this stuff we're going through. All of it.
No, but here's the thing. I do think that this is a first time ever we've seen this story. I think this would be a situation if the guy played any position, to be honest. I know it's bigger because he's a quarterback.
No, but you're right, because now gambling's been accepted at every level, everywhere.
Yes,
basically.
and we've had many scandals, but this is
and
a
we've
first
been worried,
of its type.
And we've been worried about this, and now we have one of the best quarterbacks in college football, and we have found out all this stuff about his gambling.
But there's so many wrinkles to it, too. It's not just your typical gambling story, right? It's a guy doing it underage.
That we haven't talked about that
on his own team.
How about a judge
in your own backyard who says you can play,
which we all picked would happen?
So it's there's a lot of wrinkles to this story that make it very bizarre.
But Woody, if he didn't have potential in the eyes of all the people that are in this business,
as big right now from an NFL standpoint, yes.
First of all, I'm guessing every guy making $5 million right now in college football, $5 million plus.
They're good NFL talents.
They're NFL talent, potential to be. We got people sent in already. You talk about people on top of this. We got people sent in this morning, the top quarterbacks for next year. Like, I can't wait for this next draft. I guess they're counting Manning in there.
Oh.
He's gonna find all those. He can go back another year if he wants. I don't think he will.
Look, the Dolphins obviously have potential to be terrible.
We
could be in the mix.
We are one of what do you want to say off the top? 6, 7, 8 teams that potentially could be looking for a quarterback after this year. Yes.
Well, their lack of primetime games.
But I got to tell you,
it
would be really, really nice if, with what he has around him,
yes, if it all works out,
if
for
Malik Willis ended up being the quarterback.
That would be excellent.
And it's not going to be perfect. I saw some. A lot of guys have had articles, and it's a lot of it's about Malik Willis now, and And you're right. He's going to have his good moments. He's going to have his bad moments. I do not disagree with that. That there are bad things going to happen too. But
the problem is like when you lead into a draft, you kind of get an idea of like what people think of a player, right? Like where a guy's going to go. This guy, this is a tough call here, man.
Which guy are we talking about?
Sorsby.
Oh,
like it's a tough call, Joe.
Well, that's why everybody said one thing everybody agreed on. He needed one more year in college.
Yeah.
To get real sharp.
Well, he's not getting that.
And now
that
they're going.
Sailed.
So now you're going to have to develop that. Last year is going to have to come through. If you take him and you think, what is he, 6'3", 6'4", 230 pounds, he can run, he's got a big arm. If you've decided, and he's put up good numbers at Cincinnati the last 2 years. I know his record I don't think is great, but he's put up some good numbers. And now you got to make a decision. And you can go ahead, supplemental pick. We put in a 4. We ended up getting, I don't know.
It seems to be relatively low risk, at least in my eyes, but.
Would you throw in a number one?
I don't know how
you
long.
want to stick your neck out and make it a number 1 or number 2 pick and lose that and go, you got him.
I wouldn't do that because I'd rather just play out the season at that point, and then if things go off the rails, then you draft your quarterback next time around.
I am one of the few people, speaking of second round, that thought that Josh Rosen for a 2nd and a 5 was terrible. And a lot of guys disagree with me.
I disagreed strongly with you at that point, yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was worth the gamble. It did not pan out.
No. We thought some reason that we were a lot better in Arizona and that he was just going to show up here and be really good.
There's a high probability with this guy as well, Joe, that you pick him up and you let him sit with your team for a year and you find out he's been gambling. That is certainly a possibility.
Well, I don't think
he never plays.
He's not going to come in most likely and start for anybody, just so everybody knows.
I don't think he's starting for anyone because I think
he's got suspended. He's got a lot of things on his plate right now that everybody's got to be talking about, including the commissioner of the NFL. So anyway, we're going to talk to Mike Flory about some of this stuff. It's a crazy
how many
story.
Games? How many games? 4 or 5 games they suspended for half the season, maybe at most.
I'm going to be surprised if he doesn't get suspended, but I don't know how many games.
This is the only guy, I mean, off the top of my head that I can remember that was essentially banned from college football for life that is now coming into the league. Like we had guys that did, like they talked about Terrell Pryor earlier, but that was like he accepted some tattoos or something.
You know what I was thinking about? This is crazy. This is just, so say he gets suspended 5 or 6 games. Let's just say it happens. I don't know if it is, but say it happens. 3 of them, like the Dolphins, going to be on the road most likely the first 2 weeks. So he's suspended, so he can't be with the team. Who's going to stay home and babysit that for 2 weeks? You're going to be gone 9 or 10 days. I'm just talking to Dolphin, just so everybody has a heads up here. Dolphins probably going to be gone, leave on a Friday to go to Vegas, probably stay out there.
You don't think they bring him to Vegas?
I'm saying if he's suspended, you can't be.
Yeah.
Oh, he's suspended, but he can hang with you. They don't want him in Vegas either.
Probably not.
So what do you do? Like now, I'll tell you what you do. I'm going to answer. Well, you're not just going to leave the guy on his own and go, make sure you go to that program down the road there. Here's the address. Make sure they're going to be calling you.
Yeah.
And who's going to be part of that babysitting when he's got the Hard Rock app. Get off at Griffin Road, off the turnpike, pike.
He's not
little
going,
demons,
he's not
man.
Go there. Like he's not going to go in person.
I just sound made.
Could you imagine though?
Made the story sound better.
Can you imagine they find him? Just
Plus, I got
there?
a chance to say Hard Rock app.
Who was it? Was Johnny Manziel, right? Or was it Johnny Manziel that put on that mask?
Yeah.
To put on like the fake nose and all that. Remember?
Went to Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't go over real well. Didn't fool people. Didn't fool. Anyway, Woody.
Funny. Joe, you asked about the golf earlier, and I think you were texting on the assist on this. And right now, play has been suspended at Shinnecock Hills due to fog.
Okay.
Next update coming at 8:45.
Okay.
So we have.
All right, Wood. We've
fog at.
I want to thank Michelle for coming on. By the way, Michelle Kaufman. And Mike Florio is going to join us coming up at 9:15. We'll talk to him with football stuff going on. Yeah, there's a lot of articles about Malik Willis, and he is going to have his good, he's going to have his bad. And hopefully he has enough around him to have a chance to show what he has. And it starts with a really good running game will help a lot. Hurricane season is here, so now's the time to call Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Yeah, I know you've been talking about it. You've been thinking about it. Your neighbors are getting it done. And you're going, well, should we go? Should we call Loctite? I hear that guy Chev over there, CEO, goes, the only thing you can do is protect your home. You can't protect the storms, whether they're going to show up or not. You have no control of that, but you can protect your home with great products. Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Their windows Hurricane Category 5 rated. Loctite Impact provides 100% financing with zero down, no interest, no payments for 1 year. Old leaky roof? Come on, man. Replace that old roof now. You can pay later. Plus 24/7 roof repairs. That's right. They're doing roof repairs. If you've decided already you're going to try to get through hurricane season, at least let them come out and repair that leaky roof you have for now. The best part, Impact Windows as low as $6 per month per window installed. Don't wait for the next storm. Get the deal of a lifetime today and keep your home protected. Whether you're in Dade, Broward, or Palm Beach, it doesn't matter. Loctite's going to be there for you, ready to go, and they do everything from start to finish. Permits and everything else, they got you covered. Call them today, 954-500-LOCK. That's 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff. Will answer all your questions and get the process started. Or you can go to LoctiteImpact.com. Learn more about them. They're good.
WQAM broadcast.
All right, Joe. Well, before we get back to the show here, we do have our big event coming up tomorrow. We would like to.
I think I've heard you say that before. We got the event tomorrow.
Yeah, we got it coming up tomorrow right here at the Citadel in Miami. It is starting at noon every hour. One lucky fan gets a shot to win up to $10,000 in our Soccer Kick Challenge. You can enjoy complimentary global food samples from Wild Fork, Cafecito from La Llave, Rooftop Vibes with Al Capone, and meet Heat legend Udonis Haslam aboard the Hard Rock Bet bus, plus games, giveaways, prizes, and match day excitement. Come for the soccer, stay for the vibes. The summer of soccer at the Citadel in Miami, Friday at noon, sponsored by Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, by La Llave Smooth Espresso, by your South Florida Chevy dealers, Al Capone Sweet Hand-Rolled Cognac Cigars, Wild Fork Neighborhood Meat and Seafood Market, Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook, and by Verizon, an official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Wow, Woody, that was a lot of stuff. And USA, Australia, 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
3 o'clock.
That's going to be a fun day, man.
I
I handpicked all those sponsors, by the way. It's all the stuff that I like. So
obviously, it's a holiday as well. So
come on by, man.
Yeah, sitting there and nothing to do. Come on out and join us, man.
I'll bring the Sharpie for you, D. Don't worry.
Dude, it's not funny.
No.
If I see you, ask for an autograph.
And what are you going to do?
I just think it's a bad look.
I know it's a bad look. That's why I'm going to bring my kid.
Then it's a good look because you have your son and everybody loves Leon. You ought to get arrested for that, to using that kid to get what you want. It's embarrassing when you do that.
He likes to collect stuff too.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah, okay. Now remember, Leon, hello, UD, I'm your biggest fan. This has nothing to do with my dad. It's me.
I'm show up with a duffel bag full of stuff.
Yeah. Now, do you mind signing 9 of these, UD, please?
Well, we got the big card show coming up in August, so
you got to cover.
We got to get inventory for the card show.
Hey, man. And then, of course, one of the great teams in baseball. The San Francisco Giants are in town tomorrow.
And we have a 4-pack of tickets to give away. You want to do it now?
I was joking about they're struggling a little bit right now. That was
joke. But I don't care. I want the Marlins to win.
Yeah.
So the more bad.
Well, listen, this is going to give them an opportunity
for a sweep. Bruins?
Right now, this gives them a great opportunity at this with everything going on to either get the sweep or take 2 out of 3. They're 1 game below 500 to get over the top right now, so it'd be great.
That would be very cool. So
you ready to move 4 tickets? You ready to do it?
Yeah, let's do it. Caller number 5, 305-567-0560. We will get you a 4-pack of tickets for Father's Day here, Marlins and Giants.
Sounds good, Woody. And
great way to spend Father's Day.
Hey, I got news for you. You're right. And if you plan on going out there and enjoy yourself with the family, it's on us, man, for the 4-pack. And
you used to go to the Giants games.
I'm not going to do that.
Get autographs outside.
I'm not going to do that whole
game,
thing.
So.
I don't know why. I shouldn't share any of this old stuff. I'm not sharing.
It's a nice thing to
stuff.
do. A young kid getting autographs. It's a nice thing to do. They're good players too.
That's why I see all these guys waiting by the parking lots, after the Dolphin games, and I'm like, man, aren't these guys? And I go, oh man, I did the same thing. I used to.
Yeah, those crowds might be thinner this year. Not a ton of autographs, but
yeah.
Wait till we get to the ACC thing up there in Charlotte. There'll be people there.
That was
with their duffel bags out.
That was weird.
It was very weird. Yes,
that's weird. So because, we're sitting down there and you and I are getting ready to go eat, and these guys are sitting there, which, by the way, is such a turnoff when they come with bag full. The guy literally had a bag, and I wanted to punch him. It was just, it'd be one thing to just have a couple things and do it. And by the way, probably be easier to get players to sign, even the top college players and from every team, if you just had a few things in your hand instead of bringing that big bag of stuff from every guy. I guess they got a pretty good idea of all the players are going to be there from all the teams. Anyway, we got all that. Giannis Antetokounmpo, we're waiting on you, man. We're waiting to see what's going to happen Milwaukee Bucks and what's going to happen on a trade, because we do know he will not be in a Bucks uniform next year. I'd be shocked. So we've got a lot of other stuff. This U.S. Open, by the way, if you've been watching, looks like the British
what's
Open.
going on there?
Weather and a tough golf course. The U.S. Open.
Tell us more about the course.
They want it to be brutal. They want the best players in the world to struggle.
Oh, they are. We watched the highlight. You don't want to say the name of the course, though. That's fine. Chris won the tickets, by the way. Chris in Deerfield.
Let me hear you say Shinnecock. Go ahead and say it.
What is it called?
Shinnecock. You go ahead and say
it. There you go. I've been saying it every update.
No, you haven't. You've been
every single update. I've been saying
turned it raunchy.
Morning.
Is what you've been trying to do. You have. You've tried to make it sound raunchy.
I mean, what are the chances it's got that in it? But when I did my little research for my update yesterday, I see that.
Yeah, I'll bet you just spent a lot of time on your favorite event.
I didn't spend much time on it. I found out yesterday that it was at that place.
All you do is rip these guys on the tour. All you do is rip them.
I'm not a fan.
And you saw one of those guys. You take off running. You were up at some card show.
Guys? They're not big guys.
All different size guys. Running. Tall golfers. We act like they're all 5'6".
Are they?
No, all different size guys. Hey man, one thing about great golfers, I've seen he got a little belly. I've seen him in great shape. I've seen him all different ways. And then there was Tiger, who physically has been a freak of life with things and way he played and physically till he broke down, man. All the other stuff that didn't need to take place just got him. Got him, Woody. Just got him. Hey, we've got more stuff. Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk's going to join us as we continue on here this morning. Man, I hope Malik Willis I hope he has a chance to have success. And that means receivers getting open, a running game, and then all the things he can do. I hope so. Because this is exactly what happens when young quarterbacks that are drafted in the first couple picks, like Cam Ward, go to a really bad team where you just have no chance to have success. And hopefully we're not going to be in that situation. Right now, I want to talk to you about something else. It's very important. I know Mental Health Month was last month, but hey, mental health never stops. And if you're going through some form of depression, anxiety right now that's got you off the road a little bit, remember this. We're going to make your mental health still front and center every day. It's important. Dr. Barry and his staff at Recovery Unplugged, mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale, really is your private sanctuary to reset. Dr. Barry and the team blend expert care with music-based healing in a beautiful, comfortable space that you're really going to like. I spent a few hours, went over on a Friday and spent a few hours with them just to see everything. So when you're talking about something, man, is it impressive. They accept most major insurance plans. Call 954-737-4508. I got to tell you, this stuff with the music-based healing is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen, and what it does and how many people just really enjoy it. 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. Let's heal out loud, even in June.
Two-time national champion Miami Hurricanes. The back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. The three-time NBA champion Miami Heat. Miami Hurricanes basketball. And now, the new home of the two-time World Series winner Miami Marlins.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia in Miami. At a Domino's game, you'll always find your Abuelito, and whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia, starting with the Marlins, who avoided a sweep beating the Phillies 12-4. Miami will get a day off today before opening up a 3-game home series with the Giants tomorrow. And in golf, at the 126 U.S. Open, we currently have a weather delay due to heavy fog at Shinnecock Country Club in New York. Time for weather, brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. No fog here. We do have fires, but no fog.
Bad weather.
It's going to be in the 90s today, so stay hydrated.
Yeah. So, Woody, we've got Mike Florio coming up here, Pro Football Talk. We gave away the tickets, right? We're done?
Tickets are gone, yes.
Good.
Yes.
So we got another pair tomorrow that we'll give away. We are working tomorrow. We're working tomorrow, right?
Yes.
See, everybody's taking off here. Then on top of all of that, so you got this list up here.
Mhm.
I thought it's interesting, one of the mini lists, and this is the time of year of list. What I see, the top 10.
Strongest arms ever for quarterbacks.
Okay.
Number 1, John Elway.
Yep.
You're good with that so far?
He'd be right up there.
Okay.
He ain't taking a back seat to too many.
So this is where it starts to get interesting. All right, number 2 is Patrick Mahomes.
Say, I don't think he does. I think Josh Allen throws it further than Mahomes. Right
Josh Allen is number 3.
Okay.
Brett Favre is number 4.
No. But go ahead. Yeah.
Dan is number 5.
No.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers, number 6. Matt Stafford, number 7. Randall Cunningham, number 8. Justin Herbert, number 9. And Michael Vick, number 10.
Yeah.
You don't like this list, do you?
Well, so this really goes to how far are we going back? Is this all time? Because
it seems to be, right?
The person that put that
Marino,
the person that put that list together got limited. I could tell age.
maybe a younger person.
Yeah, a little bit younger. Not 20, but definitely not 60 or 70.
No.
Steve Bartkowski should be on that list, just so you know.
Okay.
Steve Bartkowski, and I talked to a guy, Freddie Basana, when I was home. Freddie B was between Steve and myself, and he was a quarterback, and he claims we just had this. We're having Mexican food in Marysville, California, and we're talking about Steve Bartkowski, who's this good-looking dude. I mean, played for the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know if Falcons fans would know more than I would, but he threw a ball 100 yards. Now, I wasn't there, but Freddie Basana claims that he threw it 100 yards. So he went from the goal line and let it rip to the other goal line. Now,
there's no evidence of this.
Well, there's a lot of people that said, I mean, he was a first overall pick in the draft. I mean,
That's pretty impressive.
And he had a really good year. This is not by accident. They won the Pac-10, tied, but lost, didn't get to go to the Rose Bowl that year. But he had a cannon.
I agree with you on Josh Allen. He's got to be way up there.
Mahomes definitely going to be up there too,
yep.
Although we don't see the big arm as much now as we used to.
He doesn't have anyone to throw to.
Josh, that's true.
Although his receiver just got out of jail the other day, so that's good.
So you know what's funny? Like so Dan Marino, point A to B as fast as anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking about just throwing it as far as you can, so
I don't know about it's just as far as you can, but it's like who threw it. I mean, I think accuracy has to play a role.
Well,
right?
one thing about all these guys, well, then if you're talking about that,
But you said
then,
Marino would break your hands with him.
No, but he was accurate. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy literally he'd only have to see you like run, and he was like he didn't have to throw with you all off season. He just picked it up. It was a gift from the sports gods. But he was weatherproof. All these guys got to be weatherproof,
Well, yeah,
right?
no one on the
Doesn't
list
matter
is,
with the weather. You can't go, hey, dude,
yeah.
what do we do now? We can't throw half these routes because the guy's arm not going to be able to make these throws in this weather.
No, you're not going to have that on a top 10 list here, probably.
All right, so that's fair.
Stafford, does he crack the top 10 for you? I mean, he's
No.
got a pretty good arm. But
He's got a good arm, but no.
what about Michael Vick?
Had a real good arm.
Aaron Rodgers, I never really consider with like huge
I'll tell you
arm,
what,
but
man. Aaron Rodgers, I always tell everybody the arm you see on TV and the arm you see in person, he's got a good arm. But I'm the wrong. I got to stay out of the Cal. That's 2 Cal guys. I can't. I'm not a
representation on the list, huh?
It's too much. We don't deserve it. But I got to tell you, I don't know if anybody would argue with Elway as far as rolling out one way and then throwing a corner route the other way, which is like a 65 or 70-yard throw. Like you literally roll out almost to the sideline and then pull up because everybody's going that way, think you're going to throw, and he'd have his guy start like he's running across the middle and then go the other way and take off because Elway's arm was.
We had a vote for Warren Moon. Said would throw it by Mahomes. Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler
had a cannon.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Jamarcus Russell is a vote for Jamarcus Russell.
And
you said that during the break to me.
I said Jamarcus Russell might have the best of all. I mean, he'd throw fastball. The kids that would warm up, go out and warm you up, the guys that work for the team like to go out there early, they just stopped playing catch with him because he was throwing fastballs. Guys were worried about getting hurt, breaking fingers.
Jeff George.
That's a good one. I was waiting for that one.
Vince
See, there's some
Young,
older school there with some
Vinny
of these.
Testaverde.
Vinny had a really good arm. Yeah, Vinny could throw it.
Doug Williams.
Cannon. Good one. Yeah, man, some old schoolers. See, Woody, I said some old school guys are going to jump in on this list of quarterbacks that could throw it. But I did say when we went through this and you think about everything, Elway's name comes up first. Right fielder for the Yankees. Remember that whole thing with the documentary? All right. Hey,
real quick text came in. Joey says, 561 says, I'm coming to Citadel tomorrow with a bag full of Joe Rose merchandise to sign. Hope that arm is in shape.
Well, it'd have to be my football card, which has value of about 4 cents right now. I think it's almost up to a nickel. So bring them.
Another texter said Omar would say Tua.
Indoor. Our indoor throwers. We got indoor throwers for sure. Or perfect day throwers down here. All right. Hey, man, if you're looking for a truck that's built for Florida work and for Florida sun, head to your local South Florida Chevy dealers and check out the incredible Chevy lineup, starting with that Chevy Colorado. Man, that truck is made for South Florida. Got everything you could ever want, from the Colorado Custom to the ZR2. It's got the right tools to exceed your expectations. And then right over to Chevy Silverado, our big boys. Yep. When it comes to the custom Trail Boss to the Silverado EV with 10 models and 4 powerful engine choices, Silverado delivers an impressive balance of strength, dependability, and efficiency. Or you can step up to our hard-working trucks, man. Yep, the Silverado HD. You can choose from the powerful LTZ with the premium style and substance to match, or go to the biggest with a Chevy Silverado HD High Country. So for the best in Florida lifestyle, Chevy's got a Florida truck absolutely perfect for you. Work, play, doesn't matter. For the family, we got you covered. Visit your local South Florida Chevy dealers today. 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. Together, man, let's drive.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale. One location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 Witch in Hollywood and Sheridan, ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk joins us this morning, and the topic that just never goes away. So occasionally you get one of these, Mike. Brendan Sorsby. Before we get into all this stuff with it, I got to ask you, why would the agent come out, Brendan Sorsby's agent, come out and say Cincinnati knew about his gambling when he was playing for him? What would he get out of that? I'm just curious.
Well, this is one of the realities of doing a radio interview and speaking extemporaneously and answering questions. He seems to genuinely believe that Texas Tech is being unfairly chastised by everyone when Cincinnati, in his opinion, and I don't know what he knows, he didn't elaborate on how he believes, what he believes, that Cincinnati was aware of Brendan Sorsby's gambling habits for 2 years. But it came up in the context of an answer that strayed into Texas Tech isn't the one who should be catching heat. Cincinnati should be catching heat. I mean, if this is all about integrity of sport and playing someone who has gambled on his own team, bet on his own team when he was at Indiana, then why isn't Cincinnati being scrutinized? And frankly, there's enough there. If I'm the NCAA, I'm investigating this. The NCAA has no power as it relates to the players. It still has power as it relates to its members. Its members can't sue for antitrust, although I guess they could. But it would be a different case altogether if one of the teams that signed on to be part of the NCAA and be subject to NCAA rules tried to say the NCAA has no power over them. So I think there's enough there for the NCAA to have an obligation to, if they truly are concerned about integrity, to go all the way down the rabbit hole and figure out what Cincinnati knew and when Cincinnati knew it.
You know, Mike, you had a pretty good feel on this, man. I seem like paying you a lot of compliments these days, but you saw the NCAA stuff getting behind this, and the Big 12 was all in on going after him. And you were the first guy I heard say, hey, he might want to jump in that supplemental draft. He might be forced to, and sure enough, within a day, he's out. Now we find out Texas Tech said, hey, this ain't looking good, man. We need to let you go and get running with the NFL. It is amazing because they stood behind it and they were jumping up and down, and they got a billionaire and the president and the AD, and we're not moving. We're going to support this kid through this thing. And then something made them change, Mike, that got their attention.
What was the lawsuit out against Texas Tech on Monday to try to secure the ability to sanction Texas Tech if they use Brendan Sorsby in a game? And you got to look at it from the school's perspective. This is a one-year issue as it relates to your football team. It is a multi-year issue as it relates to the possibility of becoming a pariah in your conference. Is it really worth it when there's a chance that the Big 12 will win? There's a chance that you're going to have the rug pulled out from under you. One of the reasons I think Texas Tech went to Brendan Sorsby and told him it's time to go. And when you look at the paperwork that was filed to dismiss his lawsuit against the NCAA, the lawyers wrote in there that Texas Tech told him the day that the Big 12 lawsuit was filed, it's time to go. It makes sense. And the other side of it, too, and there's a clip floating around of Cody Campbell, the billionaire who's pulling all the strings at Texas Tech, where they invoke the idea that it hurts the other guys, too. And it does. You got a full team of players. If you go undefeated and then all of a sudden you can't play in the Big 12 championship, you can't play in the college football playoff, you don't want that uncertainty hanging over your team. And they muddied the waters just enough to get to where I thought this had a chance to go, where Sorsby says, look, there's no certainty here. And if he had waited and not applied for the supplemental draft, there's a chance he doesn't play at all this season. There's a chance that just the cloud that's hanging over him every single week, it's hanging over the team every single week. Can you imagine the reaction he would have gotten when he went into opposing stadiums? It just, after the dust settled, it became untenable for Sorsby to stay. And it's unfortunate because he did win his lawsuit, but the end result, He did the only thing that I think he could prudently do, and now everything shifts to what the NFL is going to do about Brendan Sorsby.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I was going to ask you. So you've been following up close with Roger Goodell and what he does on all these different suspensions through the years as the judge and jury. What's your thoughts on what's going to happen here? Does he let him come in clean, or is there a suspension coming with it, in your opinion?
There are two key precedents that apply to this. One, Terrell Pryor, 2011, he was facing a 5-game suspension from the NCAA. For God forbid, he sold memorabilia and he traded autographs for tattoos. It's quaint now. That was back when the NCAA actually had power. They suspended him 5 games. He went to the supplemental draft, and the commissioner found a way to suspend him for 5 games. And the NFLPA appealed it, filed a grievance, but it falls in a category when you talk about integrity of the game, and that's how it was couched. The commissioner has final say under the CBA under Article 46. So the prior case shows that the commissioner can do whatever he wants. The other precedent is when Patriots receiver Kayshon Boutte, after he had been in the NFL for a year, it came to light that he was gambling underage at LSU, betting on LSU while playing for LSU, had a gambling addiction. He got arrested. They dropped the charges for underage betting. The NFL did nothing. Now they said, we're monitoring. They did nothing. And Ron Flavin, who represents Sorsby, mentioned that in his radio appearance yesterday. You've already set the precedent. You can't make up the rules as you go. Well, again, that's quaint because we know, and I know from doing this for 25 years, the NFL does whatever it wants to do, whenever it wants to do it. It does not want to be bound by precedent. You know, fairness and consistency and continuity come from respecting the prior results, the reasoning. This is like what happens in the legal field. You look at precedents. That's what judges do. Not everything has an easy answer. You don't plug numbers into a calculator and press a button. You look at how past cases that are similar to this one were handled. And Boutte is the closest one. If you didn't do anything to Boutte, you can't do anything to Sorsby. That's the best argument that Sorsby has. But I think the NFL, I don't know the answer to this, but I think the NFL decided, you know what, we can't really do anything here. We let this guy into the draft. Like, if we do something to him now, from a PR standpoint, it looks like we had our heads up our butts when this guy came into the draft. Why didn't we know that this guy was doing, you know, they talk all about these different devices they have to find out if guys are gambling. It makes the system for catching guys gambling when they shouldn't look weak if the NFL swings back around after a guy's been in the league for a year and says, oh, you're suspended for a year or whatever because you were gambling when you were underage and betting on your own team. So that's the best argument. But look, this is why the NFL pays all that money to Covington and Burling and the other big law firms. They can come up with an argument to reach a different outcome with Sorsby than they did with Boutte.
How high a supplemental draft pick do you think people, after they've looked at him, they already know all about him? Like, they're going to have a pro day and they'll do interviews and everything else before this. But how high a pick did you see anybody going in the second round on this? And
here's why I think second is possible. The way they're doing this supplemental draft, they are going to separate the teams into 3 groups: 6 wins or fewer than 6 wins. That's one group. 6 wins or more and not in the playoffs. That's the second group. Playoff teams are a third group. They're going to do a lottery within each of those 3 groups to determine the priority, but the bright lines are going to be the 3 groups. Now, if I'm one of the teams in Group 3 that made the playoffs last year, and I don't have a long-term answer at quarterback, and I decide I really like this kid, and I'm thinking that a team with higher priority is going to take him in round 3, I better put in for him in round 2. That's how this works. You put in before the draft begins. I'm willing to use this pick before the round begins. Round 1, anybody going to use their pick? And then you find out who's using the pick, and then you apply it to the priority, and the team with the highest priority gets it. So if you're concerned, if you're a team that's low, and you're concerned that a higher team is going to take him in round 3, then you're going to put your pick in round 2. And hey, that could prompt a playoff team to take him in round 1. If they fall in love with this guy, and no one's going to come out and tell us. This is all the same dynamics we deal with before the draft. No one's going to say, man, this may be another Patrick Mahomes. This may be another Josh Allen. And his agent's already trying to hype him up like a guy that can throw from all the arms, all the body positions, 4'4", speed, 6'3", 235. If somebody comes to the conclusion that they got a potential superstar, I could see it low in the priority saying, screw it. This is our chance to get a 15-year starting quarterback. Let's take it.
The other follow-up to this, obviously, because we're talking about all the talent he has, and we've been hearing a lot about it, but the gambling past, the gambling addiction, and teams aren't necessarily structured to babysit a guy 24 hours a day. I just wonder, you think everybody's in on this? Teams obviously are talking about it, about his talent versus the other demons that he's still dealing with.
Well, that's part of what these teams are going to have. So much for having some time off.
Yeah,
it's time to get to work on Brendan Sorsby. And look, it's so hard to find a franchise quarterback. It is worth your while.
Yes, it is.
To spend your time to kick the tires on him physically. To, if you love the guy, I think the first question is, how do we feel about the player? If it's strongly enough about the player to deal with all the other stuff, what's our plan for dealing with all the other stuff? And the fundamental problem from Sorsby's standpoint is there could be one team out there that wants him, great infrastructure in place to help him. Then there could be some other team out there that is a flat-ass operation. And we know there's good teams and bad teams, right? You could get a team out there that doesn't know, doesn't care, won't spend the time, won't spend the money, and they take him and he ends up in a bad spot. I think a lot of factors are going to go into what's best for him, and are the teams going to be sensitive to it? Just market size, media focus, New York versus Minnesota. Like if the Jets are thinking, hey, this could be our long-term guy, well, we're bringing him into the New York market. It's going to have a different level of scrutiny than if the Vikings say, hey, this guy's our long-term answer. This is the guy, we'll put him on ice for a year, and then next year he'll be our quarterback. It's going to be different in Minnesota than it's going to be in New York. So there's a lot of factors that go into it, completely out of his control. And that's true for anybody who goes into the draft. But he brings to the table different factors than we usually see with guys coming out of college.
Like the other crazy story that's made for Pro Football Talk, no question about it, and I heard your stuff on it, is Brandon Ayuk, who just a couple of years ago was one hell of a receiver on a really good 49er coach team. And he kind of went, hey, well, is there some, I don't know how to say it, is there some mental health issues here? Just the way it all broke up after injury and he disappears, they can't find him, stop showing up, they put him on the left squad list. You think there's more to this? And now he's just, I mean, they're going to get to a point they're going to have to cut him because they're just not going to continue to put up with this. What's been your take on his whole take on how to get out of San Francisco?
Well, I'm never comfortable trying to diagnose someone's mental health condition.
I got you.
I got the videos they put on social media. And it's easy to watch the two videos he posted criticizing the 49ers and say this guy's got issues. But you know what? In the grand scheme of things, I mean, his videos weren't nearly as off the rails as some of the videos Antonio Brown was putting out there when he was first trying to get out of Pittsburgh and then trying to get off the Raiders. But this is – I understand why the 49ers squatted on him. Okay, the 49ers are upset. They paid this guy $50 million. He suffers an ACL tear, 7th week of the first year of the contract, and then something happens and he goes AWOL and the relationship falls apart, and they're just not going to cut him and let him go wherever he wants to go. And that's why they haven't released him yet. They don't have to. There's nothing forcing them to release him. They will release him, I believe, if he shows up for training camp. If he gets injured, season-ending injury during training camp, they're going to owe him more than $26 million. So I think that is the moment they cut him. Before that, their attitude is, hey, maybe we get a low-round draft pick, he renegotiates his contract, he goes to Washington or wherever, and we have to show for it. But at some point, I think the 49ers just need to say, we've got some responsibility here, too. You know, it was a weird, drawn-out, contentious negotiation 2 years ago. They were getting ready to trade him to the Steelers. He shows up at the facility and says, I'll take your long-term offer. The way Jay Glazer reported it, and Kyle Shanahan disputed the report directly, he said it was mostly true. Shanahan sprints to John Lynch's office and says, hold the phone, stop the presses, we're going to sign this guy. Like, they had a chance to get out of this relationship and get significant value. And they eventually admitted their mistake with Trey Lance when they gave up all that stuff to go get him, and it never worked out. I think the best thing for the 49ers is to pull the plug and let this guy go. Just admit it and move on. You got your pound of flesh. You made your point. And based on the video that he posted of, with the Tony Soprano look, the boxer shorts and the open robe, at his newspaper, he's dancing and he posted coming to an end zone near you. After he deleted the videos criticizing the 49ers, it makes me think that he's under the impression the 49ers are going to release him before training camp. And, he should have just shown up for off-season workouts. The moment he shows up and says, I'm here to get on the field and run pass routes and maybe injure myself again, that's the moment the 49ers would have cut it.
Man, wow. Hey, I got to ask you about Mike McDaniel. We've been talking about Mike and some of the other guys that are no longer here. How do you think this thing's going to work out as the offensive coordinator and specifically for Justin Herbert with Mike McDaniel now as a coordinator?
It all depends upon how Justin Herbert reacts to a guy coming in and essentially saying, we are going to change the way you play the position. And there's already been enough commentary from McDaniel to indicate that they are trying to unlock a higher level of performance from Justin Herbert. And it's just a weird situation. The guy's got a contract that plays him toward the top of the market, $53 million a year or thereabouts, 55 maybe. And he's never won a playoff game. And it's become this great debate, primarily on social media. Is Justin Herbert get enough blame for what the Chargers don't achieve? Is it the guys around him? Is it Herbert? And, one of the things they're trying to do, they're trying to get him to make quicker decisions, not hold the ball as long. And his numbers when he holds the ball longer are much better. His numbers when he gets rid of the ball quicker are worse. But what is the strength and beauty of the Daniel offense? Boom, boom, boom. Quick, quick motion, quick decision, quick throw. And I think they're going to try to, with McDaniel, unlock that element from Justin Herbert. But, it comes down to what relationship McDaniel and Herbert are going to have. And Herbert's he's kind of a complicated guy, kind of quiet. And I think he can be a little in your face. Most great quarterbacks can. Between Harbaugh, McDaniel, and Herbert, it's the kind of thing. I hope he's on the quarterback series next year. I hope we have an 8-episode look at life between Justin Herbert and Mike McDaniel. But we've seen what McDaniel can do with Tua, and Herbert is physically, all the metrics, a better quarterback than Tua. And look at what McDaniel did with Tua.
Mike, before I let you go, so we've had a lot here in South Florida. Everybody's writing articles, and we got a month and change to kill before everybody returns. Is Malik Willis, and he's going to be good. He's not going to be good, and he's got potential. But, if he doesn't have enough around him, it won't matter. Malik Willis can only – if the receiving core or they don't have a running game or something they're counting on, what's going to be your take watching Malik Willis? Because I see it's kind of – a lot of people aren't drinking the Kool-Aid that Malik Willis is going to be what a starting quarterback should be.
All I know is every time when he played for the Packers, he looked pretty damn good. And when two guys who were in Green Bay with him for 2 years and had the ability to be around him, to see him on the practice field, to know what his reputation was for putting in the work, putting in the effort, and their first order of business. And I was saying this before free agency. Watch the Dolphins. The Dolphins are either going to pounce or they're going to shy away. And if they shy away, that's buyer beware, because this is a team that needs a quarterback, and they know a quarterback who's hitting free agency, who's had some great performances when he's played the past couple of years. And if they don't want him, red flag. They wanted him. Green flag. So I know that it takes the full team, and they're doing what they can to reshape the roster and rebuild the culture. It's not going to be a quick fix. Well, it could be. We've seen teams turn it around quickly. Look, if I'm a Dolphins fan, I'm encouraged by the John Eric Sullivan, Jeff Hafley partnership, because it's the right kind of functionality you need between GM and head coach. And let's just say that under Stephen Ross, that hasn't been the case very often, if at all, in Miami. So I think that it could get interesting, and the Dolphins could create enough hope this year that by next year we look at it and say, hey, they're ready to make a move. And I can't rule out them making a move this year. With 7 teams in the playoffs per conference, it doesn't take much of a turnaround to take a team that was on the outside looking in and put them in the playoffs. Most of these games aren't blowouts. They're close games. Sometimes you get luck that goes your way. The Dolphins and the Jets, both of them, given the changes they've made this past offseason, they get lucky early and they build some momentum. The next thing you know, you get into late October, you got a team that potentially becomes a contender. So I'd be more inclined to be optimistic than pessimistic about Malik Willis.
Yeah. Mike, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Joe. See you, buddy.
Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk joining us this morning. Talk a little bit. And, hey, man, he and those guys at Pro Football Talk been all in on Malik from the start for what he just said. Hey, they know him better than anybody. And my question is going to be, can they run the football? And do they have enough talent at wide receiver in Coach Slowick's offense to give this guy a chance to show what he can do with all this athletic talent? And he's got a bunch. We got to go to break. We'll be right back after this.
WQAM.
Just call 1-800-747-FREE. It's 1-800-747-3733. Market is open. The Dow, well, Joe, we're going to have to refresh this. Hang on one second. Is up 200 points. The NASDAQ up 200 points. The S&P up 53 points. There you go. Best luck to all players.
All right. I love, man. And I can't wait to see, folks. I'm being really honest about this. A couple articles out here recently. We're just talking to Mike Florio about this, Woody, and with Malik Willis at quarterback. And I see the comments, and a lot of people are waiting around to see. They've already made up their mind on Malik. So we'll see. Mike's all in. Mike is going back to his stuff. And again, I do agree. Somebody just had an article, and I think it was the Sun Sentinel on Malik and what to expect. And look, he didn't have the most talented group around him. He's got a great running back. Hopefully this offensive line, if this offensive line comes around and looks and stays healthy, I think it's going to be pretty darn good. I do. With Achane and the rest of those guys, it'll be fine there. That'll give you a chance. And then we need some receivers that, what's that thing Jeff Ireland said? We know we got 4s, 5s, and 6s. We got to find out.
You're not supposed to do that anymore.
No, but this is that case where we got to find out if we got some 1s and 2s. That's all I was going to say. I wasn't a shot at anything. It's just we got a really good pass receiving tight end in Dulcich, who's is going to be a big part of this. Achane led the team in receptions last year. And now you got to find out if any of these, and again, one of the young guys that you're really counting on is injured, and hopefully you have him back for the second half of the season. But, yeah. Well, listen, man, he's going to be your starting quarterback. And so unless he gets injured. And so I can't wait to see Malik Willis. Again, they saw him up close, and we can talk about what he did in Tennessee. And I got news for you. I don't think those guys care what he did in Tennessee. They saw him in Green Bay for a couple years, a backup quarterback, and that's what they are working on. And all the things that he does and doesn't do, they know everything. There are no secrets. This wasn't a blind take in free agency. They are, I agree with Mike, they are very educated on this. Now, listen, it might not be the guy. You might not be the guy, but they're going to say, hey, for starting off and what we could get and everything else, we think this is our best chance, and we do think he's got a chance with his talent to be a frontline quarterback. So we'll see. We'll see. Now, that doesn't mean you have to agree with it. I see the comments and whatever it is. So we'll see, man, as this thing comes together. Hey, I hope we find out more about Giannis Antetokounmpo as well, because that's right around the corner here, man. That draft, the NBA draft is here. Everybody thinks it's going to be done before that, and find out if the Heat end up getting them as front runners, and whether you think Boston's actually in on this thing or not, or somebody else. Somebody else out
back
there.
Here, like, there's no way they wait till after the draft, right?
No,
I know that was the new story that came out. Someone had said,
I would
wait
think,
till
yeah,
after
I
the
did
draft.
see that.
Why,
too.
why would you want to wait? This is such a deep draft.
Hell, they're going to have. They're already telling Milwaukee, like Milwaukee's telling them, hey, we're going to tell you who we want you to take with the 13th pick. Right?
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
That's going to be our guy, part of this trade if we go that way. So I think this thing will get done by then and move on. Boy, Milwaukee is like, I just sense Milwaukee. First of all, they should get as much as they can and get the best deal, and they got to work within Giannis, because Giannis only got a year left on his contract, and nobody's going to give up what all these teams are going to have to give up if they're only going to have them for 1 year, and he goes, screw you, I'm not coming back. I'm here for a year and I'm gone. So that would be part of this thing too. So anyway, we got all that stuff. We want to let you know too, before we get rolling here, is tomorrow we're going to be working, and we're going to have 4-pack of Marlins tickets to give away. And Woody, one more time, we got the big party tomorrow. I know our station's putting a lot behind it, and we got it's going to be fun. Should be fun.
Yeah, let me hit you with this one more time, Joe, and then we'll say goodbye. You can celebrate the summer of soccer with WQAM this Friday at our home of the Citadel in Miami, starting at noon every hour. One lucky fan will get a shot to win up to $10,000 in our Soccer Kick Challenge. We got complimentary global food samples from Wild Fork, Cafecito from La Llave, Rooftop Vibes with Al Capone, and meet Heat legend Udonis Haslem aboard the Hard Rock Bet bus. We'll have games, giveaways, prizes, and more. Come for the soccer, stay for the vibes. The summer of soccer at the Citadel in Miami tomorrow at noon. Sponsored by Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, by La Llave Smooth Espresso, by your South Florida Chevy dealers, Al Capone Sweet Hand Roll Cognac Cigars, Wild Fork Neighborhood Meat and Seafood Market, Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook, and by Verizon, an official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
You've been all over this, man. You did a
I have
nice
it
job with
memorized
this. USA, Australia, 3:00 too, by the way, if you want to work around that a little bit.
Go USA.
Go USA. Oh, yeah. Got to go USA. I want to thank
the whole
Michelle.
thing.
Michelle, for coming on with us to talk a little bit about it. Hey, man, it was a fun day, man. And tomorrow, boy, we got so much going on that's really made it fun to be sitting here yapping sports with you. We had so much fun. We'll be here tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everybody.
If it's going down, you know we on it. If it's going down, you know we